I think that's it. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Oh, Eddie's with us already.
Happy Friday.
Hi, Eddie. How are you? Yes, happy Friday. So
It is
today,
Friday.
we are getting prepared kind of for a party tomorrow. We might take some of this to the party tomorrow. Is that the idea?
Some things
Hey,
from
Breadman's here.
Hi.
Hey, Breadman.
Some things from tonight and
Nice to
some
see you
things
back.
I think that we're planning to bake tomorrow as well.
Yes. So tonight we've got quite a bit
To
that
try
we're trying
and
to get to.
tackle.
We've got whole wheat bread, another attempt at it. How am I? How am I? Is that how I said it? Pretty sure I said, how are you? Well, either way. Hope you're doing well. We're going to try and make ciabatta, whole wheat bread, apple pie, an emotion I just discovered. Well,
We're excited to hear what that
yes,
is.
certainly are.
A new emotion.
And we're going to do apple pie and cheesecake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We made apple pie. Was that Monday night? No, that was last week.
We made apple pie last week sometime.
But we didn't like the recipe and it didn't turn out that great. So we're going to try a whole different recipe and do it a different way.
Excited. Oh, okay. So no, he doesn't feel excited. But let's get right to the whole wheat since we got a lot of things to do.
Okay.
So, whole wheat. Have you read this recipe yet?
I read it earlier today.
Okay. 8 ingredients. Sponge and dough.
So it's a little different than usual.
Prepare the sponge. In a large bowl or bowl with your stand mixer, whisk the water, whole milk, yeast together, and add 2 cups of flour. Stir with spatula until wooden spoon until thick batter forms. Cover lightly, allow to double in size at room temperature, 69 minutes. Okay, so we do this and set it all aside?
Yes.
Shouldn't be excited. Okay, we are not excited then.
Oh.
What's the matter, Eddie?
Sounds very macabre.
Hopefully not.
No, I got you this
You got a
bowl.
Okay.
Because it doesn't need to be that much.
Okay, so I need water, whole milk, and yeast. I need water that is warmed to 110, whole milk warmed to 110, and then the yeast.
Sorry, I'm getting the measuring spoons.
Okay, I'm gonna slide by and get the measuring cup out.
You know, I've been thinking we probably should buy a few more measuring cups.
Yeah, this is, and like specific sizes might be nice too.
Yeah.
So it's just easy to fill up. I'm gonna try and let this water warm up.
Oh, whole wheat flour. Oops.
It is whole wheat bread.
Oh, that's right.
Whole wheat bread. Hopefully we have enough.
I read that and then I started thinking maybe we don't have enough whole wheat flour.
You know, this feels like 110 to me. What do you think?
Just because you say something is does not mean that it
It's my
is.
110 hand.
Do you want a thermometer?
Oh yeah, we do have a thermometer now. Yes, I do.
I haven't used it yet. I don't know how it functions.
You just open it and it turns on.
There's no fancy button like the other
Nope.
one?
Open it and on it goes. Interesting. Water was warm and now it's not.
I don't know. Instead of doing 2 cups, I'm just going to weigh it because there are weights.
Okay, let's do that then. That
So
sounds easy.
260 grams.
There's no weight for the water though, correct?
240 milliliters.
Milliliters?
Yeah,
Or 1 cup?
yeah. I'm feeling an emotion of what you call intellectual loneliness.
He's so smart that no one is interesting to talk to. I understand that quite a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, from time to time.
Uh-huh.
No, not with you, sweetheart. Close.
So I'm going to do 260 grams of flour.
Yeah, that would be upsetting. Why? Because do you feel that way because of what's going on in the world right now?
What does that have to do with intellectual loneliness, though?
Well, most people aren't paying attention to it and put their head in the sand, and you know it seems pretty stupid to do that.
Ooh, a little bit over. So we're just gonna scoop that out. I'm gonna grab a spoon.
Trying to get to 110 here. 101, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 1 cup.
And we have 260 exactly.
We're a little over 1 cup. Boop, 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 boop. But we're at a good temperature. As long as I can get it down to 1 cup, this should be pretty good.
Babes,
Yeah?
I love you dearly,
Huh?
but your shirt's a little short riding up
is it?
there.
Am I
Crack
flashing the
kills.
screen? I apologize. Was not my intent. Or was it?
Hoo-hoo.
No comprehension capabilities.
Too smart for other people to comprehend what I can. I feel that no one understands what I say.
That would be upsetting.
Yes, it would.
Thankful. Just give it some time, you know? Brain will shrink down. Too smart for your own good. I remember being told that as I was growing up.
Milk.
Yep, and I have to warm it to 110. Would you grab the thermometer?
Where'd you put it?
I left it where it was. How much milk?
I don't know.
A third of a cup.
This
Do
is
we
just...
have a third of a cup on here?
No.
Yes, we do.
We have a 1/4.
1/3. All that it says is 13, but we'll count that as 1/3.
Does this just automatically go? We don't like have to press a button or anything?
Nope. It's on when it's open and it's off when it's closed. And it'll time out from time to time.
Interesting.
Father gave me the gift of high intelligence, but I can't really use it since no one understands it. Well, I think true intelligence is when you can explain something to someone that doesn't understand anything at all, right? That's when you know you fully, truly understand something. At least I remember hearing that once upon a time. Because if you can't explain it in
Is
the term
that true
that someone else
intelligence,
can
or is that
understand-
just understanding something to its full extent that you can then
Well,
explain
yeah,
it
but
to
I mean,
someone
that would
else?
be part of intelligence, right? If you can fully understand it, then you should be able to break it down into chunks where even a kid
But does
would
that make you
overall
intelligent?
understand.
It just makes you
I
understand
think the
that one
better
thing.
you are at doing that, I would say maybe the more intelligent you are. Because then you're thinking, so you know, like what someone else can understand, almost. I'm going to give this 30 seconds, see where we're at. Ooh.
Woohoo!
All right, what are we doing with this? Just whisk it?
So you're going to whisk together,
I need a whisk.
and this is considered a sponge.
I don't know if that makes it.
You didn't follow the directions the appropriate way.
No?
No.
What did it say to do?
In a large bowl, whisk the water, the whole milk, and the yeast together.
I'm not the one that put the flour in, miss. I was following the directions. Are you going to heat me up some more water so we can actually follow the directions? Here, empty it out. Well, we're off to a good start today. I had it all perfect. I was following the directions and somebody
I
just had
asked
to
you if
skip a step.
I asked you if it was okay to put it into the
No,
bowl.
I was not asked. Check the tape. Look at that, 110 degrees, perfectly
I
on
was
this milk.
trying to be helpful.
My milk is cooling. I need a bowl. I'm gonna get another bowl. I appreciate your willingness to be helpful. I truly do.
I feel like that it's going to come with a but. The current
No.
moment.
You can be intelligent, but not able to. You can be intelligent, but not able to teach other people. 110. That's nice. It is a nice temperature. Ooh, that's not 110. That's coming out real hot
Excuse
right
me,
now.
you're in the way of me cleaning the bowl.
Yeah, well, you're in the way of my 110 degree water that I need. Somebody should at least be standing in front of the camera, don't you think?
I'll go stand.
You look pretty.
My hands are a little dirty though,
I think
because
you'd
I
be
had
okay.
to swipe the smudge into the trash can.
Swipe the smudge.
Swipe the smudge, yep. Because apparently,
swipe?
apparently I can't very well read the directions,
All right.
even though I thought you did.
I did read the directions.
Well, I was trying to
following
help.
the directions. So water and milk, and 2 1/4 teaspoons, 7 grams of dry active or instant yeast. We're going to use dry active.
Dry active or instant?
Dry active is the one I prefer.
It takes
2 1/4 teaspoons. We can do that. 2 1/4 teaspoons. What do we have? Teaspoon. Man, that's a lot of yeast. 2 1/4
Is that your tablespoon or your teaspoon?
teaspoon.
Okay.
Okay. 2 1/4 it is.
I cleaned the whisk for you.
1. It's here. You gonna tell them about your birthday meal?
How my part of it was great and you were saddened by yours?
Mine was okay. I was let down slightly. We went to what should be a fairly nice steakhouse. I don't need... Hey,
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing over here.
Okay.
Thank you.
It was still very good.
But it was, yeah, they were just off a little bit.
For you, not
Like,
for me.
well, the crab cake came out and it was cold in the middle. Remember? That was for everybody.
It was that one.
It was cool in the middle.
The lobster bisque was delightful.
Yeah, they did have a nice lobster bisque. All
I
right.
would go back just for the bisque.
Large bowl, blah, 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 whisk water, whole wheat, milk, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I need 2 cups of flour stirred with my wooden spoon.
No, with a whisk.
It says with a wooden spoon. You whisk this, then you wooden spoon the other
I don't
thing.
want you to use that wooden spoon. It bothers me so.
It's already been designated spoon of the year.
It was designated as a salad spoon
of the year.
previously.
Do we have enough whole wheat flour now?
I don't know, but we're gonna go for it.
All right, I need 2 cups, please.
Also, you use some normal flour.
Yeah, I would assume.
So,
Not necessarily. You can be intelligent, but not able to teach others. What makes you teach?
what?
120? That's excessive. Are you a sneak? Are you a slithering sneak? 120 is up there. So 2 cups, yeah?
Yes, sir. It does. Let me clean this
Oh,
off.
you had an exact measurement.
Yes. I was using the...
Yeah, that would have been
Would
nice.
you like
Oh,
it?
go ahead. Yeah, we can put it on there. Would you mind? Would you mind? How do you even get it to 120? I feel like I would burn my furnace out if I tried to get
Hold
to
on.
120.
Let me move this towards you.
Tara.
I'll clean this
All right,
out.
what am I measuring to?
260.
260?
I believe that's what it said, does it not?
170? See, it would have been way over 260 if I did 2 full cups. I'm glad we got measurements. 2, oh, that's a little high. See if I can get some out before it gets wet.
I don't know how you're going to do that.
With my hand, very carefully, just like I'm doing it.
That's attractive.
There we go, 260. Oops, I have no receipt. Oh, so it's 120 unintentionally. Okay, that makes more sense. That's warm. Okay. So we got it all in. What do I do? Cover lightly, double the size, blah, blah, blah. Thick batter. Okay. I'm going to stir this into a nice thick batter.
Should be thick.
I think he's asking, did
What?
you say something?
I don't know
Did you
what
say
I
something
said.
controversial?
Did I?
I don't know, did you? I genuinely don't know.
I don't know what I said.
might
Apparently
not.
what I said was inappropriate.
Uh-oh. What did you say?
I don't know. Oh well.
Well, you gotta spell it out for us. We have forgotten. We have lost. All right, so where are we?
You prepare that and we let it sit for 60 to 90 minutes.
All right, thick dough it is.
Would you like me to get prepared? Can you move one way or the other, please?
Excuse me.
You're squeezed.
Now, how much do I need to stir it till it's not lumpy?
I would assume until it's at least all incorporated, so get rid of the,
The lumps?
yeah. I'm in autumn right now, so it's quite chilly here.
Spring, summer, autumn, winter.
Autumn's a lovely season.
I think we're still supposed to be in autumn, but it's definitely
are.
winter here.
Technically,
woke up-
it is not winter until December 26th.
Either way, I woke up, I had a project in the mountains, and I woke up and it was 1 degree in the morning, Fahrenheit.
Are you ready? That looks big enough, right?
I think so. I want to just make sure it's not lumpy.
Maybe it likes the lumps.
It doesn't. My lumps. My lumps. You mean December 1st?
I think I said December 26th because I was thinking about the holidays.
Yes, I think December 1st is correct. You want to lick the spoon?
No, I certainly do not.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a rinse. Okay, so that's all we do for that particular recipe for now?
For the time being.
Okay, on to the ciabatta. The chabubu.
The chibubu, I'm pretty sure that's not how it's pronounced.
Well, there's no Italians around to prove me wrong.
Ciabatta.
Ciabatta, that's Italian, right?
Yes.
I would assume. But if we're not careful, Eddie's going to bring his Italian friend in to chastise us again.
About the lasagna?
Mm-hmm. Was it about lasagna? Yeah, I think it was.
It was, because you
Yep.
said you put pepperonis in it.
It was delicious. You made a face. What does that particular face mean?
So this does in fact say at room temperature, correct? Should I put it in the
You can put
proofer?
it in the thing. Settle the room temperature. I do not recommend a hand mixer for this dough because the dough is too thick and heavy.
Should I put it proof at like 75 degrees? Do you think?
No, do it like 80 or 90. All right. I guess we do that after it's risen, I suppose.
What?
All this other stuff?
Yes.
All right, so we'll set this aside. I've arrived at the transmission of my inspiration from the confectionery. How are Alan and hi Gabby
How are you too?
and Chu? My dream's like, Why, thank you very much. We are both good. Yeah?
Yeah, we're good.
You had a good birthday?
I had a very nice birthday.
And we're back and we're ready to do some baking.
You got me some very lovely flowers.
Mm-hmm. And you got a chocolate bar. Don't forget
did.
the chocolate bar. And a
And-
basket.
And you took me to a very nice dinner.
Somebody was very, very unappreciative about their basket. Why don't you show everybody your wonderful basket I got you? I found it, and I brought it home as a special extra present. All right, we're gonna make ciabatta. Fairly easy. Lightly oil a
Babes.
2 to 3 liter square plastic container.
This is the lovely basket that my husband brought home for me.
Wonderful basket.
Probably from the late 90s, early thousands.
Oh, it's later than that, I think. Lightly oil, square plastic container. We don't have a square plastic container, so we're gonna use the pepperoni lasagna pan.
Would you like me to get it?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Because we're walking around the clock.
Walking around the clock.
Yeah, there's a walk in there I had to move.
Oh.
All right, says to oil it.
Do you
Yeah.
care which oil?
Olive oil.
Do you want this one or the regular one?
That one's good. That'll help. That'll be easier.
I do it.
All right. Put the flour, salt, and yeast into the bowl of a mixer fitted with a dough hook.
Ooh, we get to use the mixer.
All right, I suppose we're gonna mix it up. You sure I can't do this by hand? I'm gonna do this by hand.
The directions say dough hook. He doesn't generally say
As the dough
that.
starts to come together, slowly red, we'll mix for another 5 to 8 minutes on medium speed. The dough is smooth and stretchy. See, I want to knead this by hand. And if I do it in there, I don't get to knead it by hand.
Very well.
We're just gonna do this in a big bowl.
Is that enough oil for you, or do you want?
This is the best dough mixer we have.
Or do you want more oil?
It says well oiled. See, right here where it says lightly oiled?
So would you like some more oil?
I don't know. That's probably good. Alrighty. I need 500 grams of bread flour. That's all purpose, so I gotta use this bread one.
Yeah.
We don't have an open bread?
That is open bread.
Oh, we started using it?
Yeah. I
Oh.
used it when I made challah the other night.
Ah, you were making bread without me.
Yes, I did make
She
bread
made
without
bread
you.
for another man. Did you not?
I did.
Uh-huh, trying to curry favor at work. I didn't even get a bite. I'm quite insulted.
He requested that we make bread for him, but you were not here, so I made the bread.
I can't believe it.
You're welcome, though. He said he would invest should we get to the mortar and brick stage.
So we just need to get better at what we're doing.
I mean, we're pretty damn good at some of the things.
Apparently our challah bread comes... Oh, do you want to pull out the challah bread? Show inside. Challah bread actually came out pretty good. Traditionally kneaded by hand. It's a very wet and sticky dough, so kneading technique is different. And stretch and fold method are similar gentle folding technique developed out wherever it is. Good to know. I will be
So
gentle.
do you want me to walk this basically in front of the camera for them to see?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, well, you're going to have
It's
to...
wrinkled a little bit, but
That's because it's been in the foil.
yeah.
Okay.
But we have a bread box now, so we don't have
Can
to foil
you
anything.
tell me when good in the thing?
Sure. Pull it not so close, like there. That'll probably be good.
Is that
Here's the bread. You can go closer.
closer?
It's so delayed. You can go closer. Yeah, I'll pull it up to where I can actually see it real time. Ah, that's too close.
Too close?
It's not focusing on the bread. It's focusing on me.
What if I do that?
No. Oh, there. See? Ta-da! Bread.
Challah bread.
And it came out pretty nice. I was really happy with it. You can put the bread away. It might be too much bread exposure. They might get a yeast infection.
Oh God. I've been using the bread every morning to make bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches.
All right, so we got 500 grisams. We have two special guests with us this evening.
Oh, four-legged ones.
Beans and honey.
We're dog sitting.
Mm-hmm. And they are very interested in what the heck we're doing over here, that's for sure. Okay.
Do you need me to read for you or you got it?
You can read. That would help. Yeah.
You need
I need 10 grams of salt. Have we determined how much 10 grams of salt is? Because I don't.
So
think this
here's my
measures.
thing. I realize that it does the salt when you do like a thing of it. Like you can't just shake it in, but if you were to fill like a teaspoon of it up, then it does it.
Okay. You sure?
Positive.
Oh yeah, that's.
Yes, Caius.
It was the real Italian.
Yeah.
I
So do
remember
you want to
that.
do half a teaspoon at a time?
Sure. I guess that's 5.
A little bit more. Okay, put the flour, salt, and yeast into a bowl of a fitted mixer with a dough hook.
Yeast, it says?
Yeast.
How
You need
much
10 grams of
yeast?
instant yeast. Do you want me to do it?
No, I've got it. Thank you, though.
Are you gonna
Excuse you.
get it all out?
I'll get enough of it out because I'm going to use 2 packages.
Okay, well then I'm gonna drink some water.
That sounds like a great idea.
With my very, very large water bottle cup thing.
We're trying to keep her nice and hydrated. She really doesn't hydrate like she should.
I try very hard.
I'm parched myself.
Do you want your Red Bull?
No, I want my water first. I'll Red Bull it up in a minute. Just I need that little extra caffeine. Plus, you know, to make sure I don't live too long.
Oh, you're gonna die before me. Is that your plan?
I always assumed that was what's going to happen.
You're
It's not
younger.
only the stress that the guy, you know, deals with being married.
The
it
stress.
kills him off early.
I bring nothing but joy to your life.
Also, he says he doesn't really care what you do. That tastes good to you. All right, thank you very much. Out of the way.
Well, I just want to make sure you get it all out. I'm trying to help.
I was at, so I need another 2 to 3 to go. So 20, and I think I want to go to 21. Okay, there.
So
Here you
this
go.
is a partially used yeast.
That is correct. Partially yeasted. Flour, salt, yeast in the bowl. Add the olive oil and 3/4 of the water and begin mixing on a slow speed. All right, how much olive oil? 40 milliliters of olive oil. I
you
need
like-
the olive oil back, and I need a measuring cup, pretty please.
Olive oil.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want this one? Or do you want the herb one to give it some extra flavor?
Regular olive oil.
Just asking.
We're gonna follow the directions. Mostly. Except for when it says
This
I
doesn't
can't
go
hold
to
my
40.
hand. Well, half of this?
That's 100 right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so half of 100. That's probably about 40. Boop. Little olive oil will be good. Olive oil! And would you mind?
Yes, I
I
would.
need 400 milliliters of tepid water, so about 110.
400?
400, yes, please. He goes non-so Italian when it comes perfectly. Well, that's good to know. I'm glad he wasn't wasn't offended at all. That's what it sounds like. But that's not our goal. We're not trying to offend people. We're just trying to, you know, make different things and enjoy cooking. All right, we'll start to mix this up a little bit. Is it tepid?
I think so.
Well, I think that's what gets the yeast active is the tepid water.
How many times can you say tepid?
Tepid, 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 tepid. Tepid, tepid. All right. What you got over there?
400.
400. I need 3/4 of it. 3/4 into the bowl, pretty please. So we're gonna bring this together, make a dough, and then we're gonna knead it for about 5 to 8 minutes since it's gonna be a nice wet dough.
Is that a good 3/4?
So this is gonna be, no, I don't think so. There'd be 100 would be left. Is there 100 left?
Just about.
Okay. So we're gonna bring all this together.
You do know that you probably shouldn't have used that bowl.
Why not?
What about the apples?
I'll put the apples in a different bowl. Well, that makes me feel good that we're being, inspirational and getting other people out there baking. That's certainly nice. I didn't necessarily think to, that was not our plan in baking. Was not necessarily to inspire others to bake, but just get better at it ourselves. But it's
nice to know that you're inspiring others.
Yeah. I hope it's been going well for you. All right. Right, 3/4. Slow speed, come together. Oh, slowly add the remaining water. Okay. Rest of the water. You could probably put it all in there. It's supposed to be a very wet dough, according to
Eddie.
We're trusting on this one, Eddie. Okay. You can get it on in there.
Well, it said slowly.
Well, I'm saying get it in there. Bloop.
Sorry, honey.
Yeah, the dogs here today are directly underfoot because they are really, they like to beg for scraps, these two. And they're hoping that some stuff falls down and they get to mop it up. Silly dogs. It is a wet dough, that's for sure. Okay, 5 to 8 minutes. This is smooth and stretchy. I'm gonna try and bring it together with my hands a little bit more. This is a super wet dough.
Do you want to put dough on or flour on your hands first,
It's
or
too late.
is it?
'Tis too late. Goodness. Interesting. I wonder if this is how wet it's supposed to be. I mean, does it say? These sizes are to make. You need a very wet, sloppy dough, so you really have to make it in an electric mixer. Well, it's too late to do it in the electric mixer now. So away we go. I mean, I could always stretch and fold.
I think you leave it in there for a little bit.
I don't think it's gonna ever be dry enough to really knead like I had expected. I guess this is what comes from not reading the entire directions first. Makes more sense now. Because I don't know if I can do this for 5 to 8 minutes.
You're gonna have to try now.
I know. I think I'd like to tip it out and play with it for 5 to 8 minutes. How about
I'm gonna
Will you slightly powder me?
slightly powder you.
The workspace.
You want bread flour with it?
Bread flour, please. Yep.
Is that enough, or you want some more?
I'm not sure yet. I think that'll be good. All right, out of the bowl. Good. It's so wet.
Just the way you like it.
Nice and doughy. So we're just gonna play with this for a little bit out here. See if we can't turn it into something. We're gonna need the scraper, sweetheart.
Hold on, it's right here.
So I'm just kind of pulling it apart and stretching it back out.
Here you go.
Thank you. I'm only going to use one hand, I think. And just kind of spread and stretch and spread and stretch. Will you hit me with the timer for 5 minutes, please?
For 5 or longer?
5. It said 5 to 8, but I've been doing it for a bit. So this is going to be very similar to the focaccia, no?
I think there's much less oil.
Well, yes, definitely a lot less oil, but similar as far as it being a wet dough, a very wet dough, and rising in a square container, and having olive oil. Working with food, having a ring on your hands, have rivers, oxidized to derivatives made of metal, substance. Well, no, isn't it the idea that gold doesn't, gold is inert, right? So in general, gold's not supposed to oxidize. I mean, I understand. Is this, it's probably not 24 karat,
What?
the gold
In what?
in the ring.
In my ring?
Mine.
Oh, I don't know.
And then
No,
the
yours
other
is not 20.
carbon,
Yours
which
is,
is inert as well.
yours is not 24 karat.
Yeah. So I suppose there could be some copper or other trace metals inside of it, but for the most part, it's gold. So it really shouldn't do too much. It might, but
I'll just buy you another.
well, no, it's more about oxidizing onto my skin.
I'll just cut that finger off then.
No, I like my fingers. Thank you. All right, we're just gonna keep on playing with this. This is actually kind of, this is a fun dough. I'm glad I got to play with this one. Every now and again, I'm just gonna come along, scrape it all together. There we go. And then we'll just keep on working. Working it, working it, working it, working it. Yeah, that's coming together nice. So is there anything you want to prepare, like the apples, or do you want to just wait? I guess we do it over here. I see the face you're making. Why are you making a face?
It
This
just
is
looks
dough.
like a glob.
Yeah. We've had dough like this. There was another dough like this. I can't remember which one. We need to make sure we adjust our sourdough starters today.
Yeah.
They need to be fed, those poor fellas. I think it's been 2 days now. I'm not sure how regular the feeding needs to be. It seems like once you get it going for a week, it's not as regular. And it's been over a week now, so I'm hoping that a less regular feeding is okay. How long have I been?
2 minutes?
I've only been 2 minutes?
Yeah.
I have 3 more minutes left. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Next time, maybe I'll leave this in the stand.
Well, he specifically says it in the book this time. Usually he doesn't say anything.
Yeah, well, usually it seems better to knead something like this by hand. But it's kneading. Would you call this silky smooth yet?
No.
Yeah, I know.
I'd call it globby.
Gelatinous. But I'm trying to do the stretch and fold.
I feel like you'd be a great addition to like the movie The Blob from like the 1950s or
Me?
whatever. Yeah.
Why would I be the addition?
I mean, playing with the
Just my
dough.
hand?
Yeah.
I think it's starting to come together pretty nice. All right. Keeping that ciabatta going. And then let's bring our scraper back in. This is a wasteful dough, I feel like, because it's so sticky and hard to get off of everything.
You have 1 minute. Do you think you should go longer though?
Maybe. I am not mechanical, so. Although it's getting pretty silky. Feeling. Questions more because it can food because dirt, microorganisms, etc. Possibly. I think I'm willing to take the risk. Keep it on. I basically don't ever take it off. So why start now? I wear it at work. I get paint on it. I get all
I think
sorts of
that
dirt.
that's not helping your situation at the current moment.
What, the fact that I never take it off?
Yeah.
Nope. Plus I got a mean tan line underneath there. All right. Does it say it's done?
6 seconds. Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, hit me with another 2 minutes. Better well needed than not needed at all. I think it's starting to get where it needs to be, though.
I suppose it's still very blobby, though.
Yeah, but it's silky. Look at that. Look at that silk.
If you call that silk.
I call that silk. I was explaining to my half-brother today that I wore a velvet tuxedo for our wedding.
And?
He said something about taking the trailer park out of the person or something like that.
I didn't realize there was trailer park
inside of you.
inside
There was
of
never
you.
trailer park, but he was just, trying to be funny. It was a very nice wedding. And he thought the velvet tuxedo might have been a little much.
I don't think it was much at all.
I didn't think so. I enjoyed my velvet tuxedo. I'm kind of upset the pants are no longer with us.
Well,
Hey, I was getting down and boogieing. Also, everything was tailored exactly to how large I was when I was the smallest I had been in years, right?
You're
For this
welcome.
specific wedding. No,
the pants made it through the entire night. It wasn't until we got back to the room.
I got bent down or something.
You bent down to pick up Michaela's suitcase.
But they were tailored exactly to the dimensions I was.
And they looked spectacular.
They could have had a little bit of room in them. Am I almost there?
20 seconds.
I'm gonna give it all 20. I feel pretty good about this. If not, it's just not gonna rise, right? Not the same.
I think you should have left it for the mixer.
I think I did a fine, fantastic job. Ye of little faith.
I'm gonna put a little more oil in this.
Why, did it evaporate?
Sort of, and it just looks very sticky.
Well, we don't want that. Oh, come on. Ah! I need that pan.
Coming your way now. Here you go.
Tip the dough, prepare your tub, cover it with towel, at least doubled, even tripled in size.
Do you wanna,
Trebled? It says even trebled in size.
is there a misprint?
That might be a misprint. It says the word trebled. Even trebled in size.
Well, let it be.
Might not have oiled that enough. Well, we have to shape it to the square a
Why?
little bit. No?
It's gonna rise, it'll be fine.
Okay. I gotta get it off my hands. You pinched my towel.
I'm sorry.
You done got my towel. Oh, okay. Get a little more dough in there. It's in between the webs. I have webbed hands now.
Oh no.
I'm a merman. I don't know what that was. Lucy, how could you, Lucille? My goodness. I do declare I have the vapors. All right, so what are you doing?
I am about to cut this to let it rise, and maybe we take that out. Well, this isn't gonna fit in there, I don't think, will it?
Yeah, it should. I don't see why I wouldn't. Let that rise in there.
Yeah, and take the other out.
How long's the other been in? Looks like 20 minutes.
About
24
20
minutes?
minutes, yeah, because it starts at 2 hours.
Okay. Well, it only took us 24 minutes to make another dough. I feel
Another
like
dough.
that's that dough.
What
From the
dough?
time we made this dough to the time we made that dough.
Oh, you mean I see what you're saying.
It took us almost a half hour to make that one
Well,
dough right there.
we've been taking our sweet
do,
time.
re, mi, fo,
It's fa.
fa, fo, fi, fi, fo, fum. I smell the bones of an Englishman. All right. Away with you.
Away with me.
Away with you. What are we doing next? Apple pie? I think we're getting started on our apple pie crust.
I'm gonna turn this back up to 100 and for 2
We're
hours.
going to once again try and make apple pie crust or pastry crust. Our last one wasn't the right size. So it had a hole in it. It wasn't the right thickness. It wasn't
There are a lot of
baked long enough.
there are a lot of things wrong with it.
And it was basically raw dough when we took it out for the pie. That's why I'm curious why you don't want to blind bake it this time.
Well, this recipe says that you don't need to blind bake. It says put it in the freezer.
To do what?
Put it in the freezer.
Okay. Is that shorter than baking it?
Yeah,
That's less time. How long in the freezer?
like 15 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
Just to get it cool. Because
Okay.
then it becomes flaky.
I see.
Hello.
Is that Theodore here? Well, hello there, buddy. How are you this evening? We are making ciabatta bread. We're making whole wheat bread. And we are making apple pie and cheesecake. Would you like to help with the apple pie? Yes? All right. What do we need to do? We need 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, spooned and leveled. No, sir. Not right now. We can't do that right now. You gonna do 2.5 cups? That's a cup.
Is he leveling it off? It has to be.
Here, this is a 1/2 cup. All right, so do 5 of those. And you gotta make sure you level it off, so hold on. You take don't put your hands in it. Get your hands clean. Hold it up, no, hold it over. Okay? Okay, in 1. All right, you gotta keep it
Did
going.
we?
That's 2. Okay.
No, you gotta level it. You can't just take that. No.
I know.
Man, I'm thirsty.
Okay.
Something about bacon that makes me thirsty.
Gently. Okay.
That's 3. That's 4.
Hold on.
4. I think that's a little excessive.
One more.
And then that's gonna be 5. So that should be 2.5 cups.
It's not enough in there.
No, what the?
Hold on. Pour it in.
All right, 2.5 cups.
Now shake
Make
it
the
up.
pie dough.
No. What else needs to go in there? You need to
Get a
read.
small bowl of ice ready, water ready, so
Excuse
it's
me.
nice and cool when you need it. In a large bowl, whisk together 2.5 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of salt.
2 teaspoons.
2 tablespoons of sugar for sweet pie. Is this a sweet pie? Hold on.
Theodore, you gotta do the whole. You have to make sure that it's
Over full.
over full, and then you need to level it off.
So same process. You gotta make sure you get all the sugar. All right, 1, and then 1 more.
Over full.
That is over full. Two. All right, now a teaspoon of salt.
What was it? Teaspoon?
It does not say coarse salt, so please don't use the coarse one.
Yes, it did. I
No,
read
it says
something that
kosher
just
salt.
said.
What is it?
This says kosher salt.
Coarse kosher salt.
Is this the one?
Well, that's just iodized. So I was
I
trying
think it'll
to
be fine.
Which one is the one?
read what
teaspoon?
it says on
You
that.
gotta read it.
1.
1/4. 1 teaspoon.
Is it 1 teaspoon?
1 teaspoon.
That's what the directions say.
1 teaspoon. Put it over the thing. I'll fill you up. Doot-doot-doot-doot-doot-doot. That should be good. Yep, see, plenty. In you go. Okay, now we're gonna whisk this together. Would you find a whisk, please, Theodore?
And can I whisk it?
Ooh, we get to put our fat of our. We need a half a cup of fat. What do we got for fat? What?
Your phone.
Oh, Theodore, did you want to talk to your mom? Sure. Okay. Would you mind taking it downstairs? Okay. We'll see you back in a little bit, buddy. All right. So we got all that whisked together. Now it says we need
Half a cup of,
fat.
so that.
We're going to use lard because it said to choose our favorite fat. And this is the fat we had on hand. It's not all of our favorites.
It also says that by using lard, it will help to make the crust more flaky.
Which is what we want. With a nice flaky crust. So, I'm going to use the quarter cup thing, right, twice. Ooh, smells like bacon. I think that's full.
Sure?
Yep. I'm just going to finger it out. I think that ought to be the best. Ooh, oh, that's nasty. That's 1 quarter cup. I have to say the lard stays better than I thought it would, as far as like a block. And 2. So I made a half cup. Right? Am I wrong with that? Half a cup of lard. Okay. Now I can fold that up, put it away, and clean myself off. Oh, lordy. Oh.
And then it also says 1.5 sticks of butter chopped.
Is it cold butter?
Yes.
Into chunks. Right?
Yes.
Add butter to the bowl. 12 tablespoons. 12 tablespoons is 2 sticks?
1.5 sticks.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to just go put the lard all the way away.
All the wawa?
All the way away. Now, I'm assuming I need to mix this lard in before you get that butter in,
It does not say that.
but it doesn't say not to. Don't you think if it had, like, the
No,
ingredients
it
are
says
separated?
use a pastry cutter to cut the butter and shortening into the flour.
Okay.
So you wait for all of it to be done.
Okay. So I need the pastry cutter.
Yes.
That bowl does not seem big enough, but we shall try.
Well, do you want the bigger bowl then?
No, I can make this work. It said cubes, did it not? Not pats?
This is into chunks.
Okay. All right.
I think
give
that
that a
that could be
try.
interpreted other way, couldn't it?
Well, we're going to try and get it down to a pea-size amount. You know, pea-size butter balls.
Would you like
last
me to
time.
cut it smaller?
No, it's fine because it got to get chopped in there and mixed in with the flour, so I suppose it's fine. Here's our pastry cutter. I didn't know what this was until, what, 2 weeks ago?
A week ago.
A week ago? And I just happened to see it. I'm like, oh, what's that? And thankfully we bought one.
What?
I might have to have a drink tonight. Felt like it might be nice. Don't you agree?
No.
Dinner Wednesday night, they made a wonderful gin and tonic for me. It was perfectly balanced.
I'm so happy.
It went down real smooth.
I had a delightful water.
Water? You sure that's all you had?
Yeah.
No, you had some 151, didn't you? With those horribly flambéed.
Oh, what's the word?
Flambéed. The horribly flambéed.
They did not
tart
appropriately
cherries.
flambe the cherries.
There was a lot. You gotta,
You're gonna do it. It'll be fine.
yeah, but if it's all together, it's not, you know, it's just one piece again. Gotta be broken up. Are you done yet?
No.
Are you done yet?
No.
Are you done yet?
You know, the more you ask, the slower I'm gonna go.
Are you done yet? 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 It appears like you're still going the same speed.
Don't hit me while I have a knife.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Why? Is that a threat? All your butter's going in one spot. Get it? You gotta be little chunks. Get it?
I'm trying to make work harder for you.
I see that. You see how I'm trying to make work easier
I want to
for
make
me?
sure that you show off your muscles.
I don't need to be chopping this pastry all day.
All the butter is not in there yet, sir.
Yeah, well, the bowl's too small anyways.
You're losing it.
Yeah, because the bowl's too small. I think I need a bigger bowl.
Why don't you be a bit more gentle?
Hey, sweetheart, I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the issue that's
Then
that's
I
here.
will do it.
It says it has to be chopped. It means I have to push all the way down to the bottom of the bowl.
Well, would you like a different bowl then?
I might need a different bowl. Oh. I have to say, I'm not super thrilled with the smell of lard. What's the matter, Theodore? Oh, you want to help? Okay.
Is this bowl going to be big enough for you?
Is it bigger?
Slightly.
Then maybe.
I want to match.
You need to wash your hands again, please.
Yep, wash up. I'll see if I can keep it here. So we don't have to dirty another bowl. I have to say, I think there's a lot more fat in this one.
Well, yeah, because we put lard in it.
Well, yeah, but just more butter too, it feels like.
Technically, this makes 2 pastry doughs.
That makes a lot more sense as to why there's so much.
I could have had the recipe, but I thought we might as well print out the whole thing.
Well, that's an awful loud noise there, Theodore. Well, that noise what? What? Yeah, but he didn't. They didn't write the bad word. Yeah. How do you know that's what it means? What do you mean I do it on my phone? When do I ever write that word on my phone? How chopped up does it say on these recipe directions, please?
I can't read yet. Ask Theodore, please.
Pastry cutter, pressing down firmly with pastry cutter, scrape out the pastry cutter with butter knife, continue until the flour is mostly incorporated. Don't go overboard, it should be pea-sized bits. Butter, but even bigger chunks are okay. Where's the size of the butter, what you're looking for? These photos. Where are the photos?
None of the photos printed.
Huh. Well,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. I'll make it work. I have no idea where this is supposed to be exactly then. And I'm concerned that when I wipe it out with my fingers, I'm smushing the butter together too much.
You want a knife to do? Use the knife then instead.
What do you think? Is that pea-sized?
I do a little bit more. And then we need to bring it to, wait, did you use the water yet?
No. Doesn't say
Crack an
too
egg in a small bowl and whisk it together until frothy. Pour half of it into another small bowl, leaving about 2 tablespoons. Add a 1/4 cup of ice water to 2 tablespoons beaten eggs. Beat it together, add the mixture to the bowl with the flour. Okay, hold on. That's what we're gonna use to hydrate it, so that looks about good.
Yes, Theodore. Theodore, we're not discussing that right now. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not discussing it right now with you. Would you please put my phone away? Now? Now? Thank you, Theodore.
I just saw that I was on shorts for some
Okay, well,
shorts.
I don't know, Theodore, but you need to leave it alone. And we're not worried about that right now. Okay, so what's it say to do?
We have to do this step really fast.
What's that step?
Oh, it's only 1 egg. Crack an egg in a small bowl and whisk it together until it's frothy. Pour half of it into another small bowl, leaving about 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
So I took out 2 eggs instead of 1. So I'm gonna put that back.
Pastry dough, pastry dough. Does whatever a pastry dough does.
We got 1 egg.
Says to whisk it until it's frothy.
Yeah.
I can get a fork and fork it till it's frothy,
You wanna do that?
I suppose. It has been an hour and 15 minutes now. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's been
You
15.
turned it back over.
Yes.
So it's been 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I think we're coming up on close to double in size on that.
Mm-hmm. I think as soon as we get this pastry dough done, we can go back to that.
Okay. What am I doing with this?
So you make that frothy.
Yeah.
It says crack an egg in a small bowl and whisk together until it's a little frothy. Pour half of it into another small bowl, leaving about 2 tablespoons. So we save what's left of that for finishing off the pie. Then it says add a 4th cup of ice water to 2 tablespoons of beaten egg. So I say we just take out 2 tablespoons and leave the rest in there. You know what I
But
mean?
don't you have to put it in another little bowl?
I'm gonna get this with a quarter cup of ice water.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take the ice water right here and go pour it in over the sink.
I'm gonna try to froth this egg. It's starting to froth. Does it say frothy or a little frothy?
It says froth.
Okay, I'm frothing her up. So I'm gonna start making my eggs in the morning. Frothy. Wonder if that makes them a lot lighter and fluffier.
I'm sure it does.
All right.
Okay, I have a 4th cup of water.
I believe we're frothed.
We can use a smaller bowl. 4th cup of water. Hold on. We want to
that
take.
ice cold?
Yes, I came from an ice bath. And then let's take up 2 tablespoons. Only 2 tablespoons.
I heard you. 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
You want to take that then?
Okay.
1 right into the water, right?
Yes.
2. It was a little under, so I'm gonna.
Oh, it says then beat together. I should have saved the fork.
Whoa. Okay. Now I gotta beat this together.
Yep.
All right.
Beat
Now
together.
do we need to froth this as well?
It just says beat it together. You know, like the Michael Jackson song? And then we add that. Then you add the mixture to the bread, to the bowl with the flour. Use a rubber spatula to mix it together, hydrating the flour as much as you can. Cover your hands with flour, using your hands to knead the dough right in the bowl. Press and keep the dough together.
So I need a spatula and I need to hydrate. Unless I just use my hand.
Or you can use a spatula. Wait, hold on. I got it.
Okay.
And then it says we can add more ice water if need be.
I say this bowl feels a little small.
Do you want to change it now?
Nope.
I'm going to put this to the side for later.
Okay, I'm gonna pour this around. Now I'm gonna start to mix it together and really hydrate this thing. Okay. Coming around town. Coming around town. So I'm just trying to mush the water in, right?
Essentially for it to create a dough.
Because I don't want to mush the butter into the flour too much. Okay, I think I formed a dough.
Does it need to be any wetter? Because we can add more of the ice water to it if need be.
I don't know. Until I start squishing on it. I don't think so.
Okay, cover your hands with flour and use your hands to knead the dough right in the bowl. Press the dough together and keep it gathering up dry bits to incorporate it into the mass. If dough is not coming together, add ice water sparingly. Oh, that's when you add the ice water.
Flour in my hands. All right, my hands are floured.
And
Into
now
the bowl we go.
Start kneading.
Not kneading, combining.
It said knead.
I don't believe I'm going to knead it. Remember, because the butter needs to stay as chunks.
Use your hands to knead the dough.
Yeah, but not like excessively, not like bread.
Well, I understand, but still, I'm reading the directions.
Okay. All right, trying to bring it together. Because the less water, the better, right?
I guess, yeah.
I think I need a little more water.
Let me
Do you
bring
mind
this.
dribbling me in a little bit more water?
Hold on, I'm coming. I need to reread.
Too much powder keeps falling out of the inside of this.
1 to 3 teaspoons, so I need the teaspoon. This is a tablespoon.
I need very little water.
You got it everywhere. Is this a teaspoon?
I think 1 teaspoon might be enough. That might have even been too much already. Because I know we want it to be very rough, like fall apart.
It says use extra water sparingly. You don't want to make your wet dough. Stop kneading the moment that it has come together and is able to be shaped into a ball.
Okay.
I'm gonna remove this.
Okay. I'm gonna try and make this turn into more of a ball. And I know my warm hands are melting the butter as I speak, which is not necessarily a good thing. Ooh, and it's sticky. I'm glad we didn't add any more water. Now am I making this into a round like I did before, the fridge?
You're going to do it, but it says that we're gonna cut it in half because it can make up to 2.
Okay.
So the directions say,
So I'm not turning it into one giant round right now.
no, it says use your knife or your hands to divide the dough in half. Use your hands to shape each half into a disc. Cover or wrap in plastic and chill for at least 30 minutes. I brought you this if you wanted it.
I already separated it.
Does that feel even?
I have no idea.
Well,
No.
do you want to weigh them?
I suppose. Probably not a bad idea, but I'm worried the butter's starting to melt, so we need to get this done. Doesn't matter as long as they say the same thing.
343. It's way more.
390.
352.
That's good.
368.
Okay, does it say how
You
much?
put into a disc, and then we put it into a.
How thin of a disc?
It doesn't say.
Doesn't say. Okay, well, we'll thin this disc out.
It just needs to.
I'm concerned about the butter chunks melting.
It just needs to. Okay, then stop. We'll put it
Okay.
in and
Have we got some? I'm also concerned about that.
we'll smush it together. I wouldn't have done that.
Well, I didn't want them to not be stuck together. Man, it's getting really, really greasy.
Okay, well then stop fidgeting with it.
I'm trying to dough it back together. I mean, I still see big chunks of butter, so hopefully it's fine. But I know if I don't have it together as one thing now, it's not gonna roll out nicely. It's gonna roll with little chunks and stuff.
Okay, ready?
Oh, really, it keeps falling apart. I like the last one's feel way much better. Hopefully this rolls out nicely when it comes time.
I think this one also feels different though because of the lard.
Yeah, I don't disagree. But I'm just saying, like, as far as it not being a smooth pastry, you know what I mean? It's rough right now. And I'm a little concerned about that.
That should be big enough.
See how there's like dry holes, there's like dry sockets that I'm hoping roll out okay in the end. Okay, wash my hands. Then I think it's back to the whole wheat bread. You agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So to the whole wheat bread we go. Is everybody having a nice evening this evening? Who all we still got with us?
I don't know. We have 3
I
people with
assume
us.
A couple of our friends are still here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna clean this up. Do I have a wet towel yet? I do not. Here we go, wet towel. What are you doing over there?
Cleaning up some.
Oh, okay.
I just stuck a towel in the wet ice cold bath.
Oh, well, I just wet a rag as well, so I'll wipe up the rest. Now we don't need the cold ice, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Feels nice though.
Does it?
I think so. I mean, I'm always hot these days though.
Yeah, you have been extra warm, no? It's because you're baking all that stuff in the oven.
Yeah.
The bun oven. Do you get it? Mm-hmm. Pretty funny, huh?
Hilarious.
Hilarious, I believe is how you pronounce that.
Oh, my apologies.
No, when you're being sarcastic. It's hilarious. Hee hee.
Do I need to rinse these or are we good?
Yeah,
It's
I think we need to rinse them. Something might have touched the egg, you never know. All right, we got our station cleaned back up nice. All right, so that's our pie crust ready and waiting. Now let's head back to our whole wheat bread. See where we left off there. I've heard of cheesecake.
Could you throw me a towel?
I'll try it one day. I've only had a cheesecake flavored cookie. You need a towel? Dry one?
Yeah, dry one.
Cheesecake, I think I like cheesecake better than regular cake personally.
Well, we're making cheesecake.
Yeah, no, just somebody has said they've heard of cheesecake, but they've never had it. Not with somebody, Adriel.
Oh.
Well, hopefully you get to, I don't know, try it throughout. Well, I guess we won't be able to try it tonight. It takes a little while to set up. But tomorrow night, or tomorrow during the day, we're going to have to stream during the day tomorrow because we're going to a party in the evening. But tomorrow during the day, we'd love to try it. And
We can't try it if we're bringing it to the party.
we'll bring the cheesecake to the party?
Are we bringing the cheesecake to
I
the
didn't
party?
know what we were bringing.
It's an option.
Either way, well, we'll have to see. Okay, back to the whole wheat bread. We prepared the sponge. Okay, now we need to add the remaining dough ingredients, including the honey, butter, lemon juice, remaining flour, and the salt. Spatula, wooden spoon, some arm muscle, beat on medium speed till the dough comes together and pulls away from the sides of the ball about 3 minutes. Okay, so we need 3 tablespoons of honey.
Oh, I did not get any honey out.
That's okay. I can get it out. This bowl does not appear to be large enough. I'm gonna need the large bowl, I believe, sweetheart.
This one?
Yep.
Or the other big one?
No, the biggest one. So I gotta put a bunch more flour in here and mix it up. So I think I'd like the next biggest one. Okay.
There you go.
Thank you. My wooden spoon. Pretty please, I'd like my wooden spoon. I need my wooden
Have I
mixing
told you
spoon.
how much it bothers me that you've chosen a salad spoon?
But you're over there off camera, so no one knows that you said that.
They can still hear me.
I'm not sure. Orange juice in the recipe. I don't think there's orange juice in the cheesecake, no?
No.
No, there's no orange juice in cheesecake. At least not the one we're making.
I've never put orange juice in a cheesecake.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. There's honey, lemon juice. There's lemon juice in this recipe. That might be what we're talking about. Okay. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. I need 3 tablespoons of honey. I was going for the honey, I think I got distracted. Ooh, honey, honey. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do I want raw and unfiltered or local raw and unfiltered? I think I'd like my local wildflowers honey. Okay. 3 tablespoons. I guess I'm gonna dump this out there.
You gotta be careful with that.
Why? Just out of curiosity, what's the thought?
Well, I would assume.
Because I'm mixing up a bunch of flour into it.
I know, but
Because it's a yeast, you don't think I
yeah,
can really beat on it?
yeah.
I think I'm gonna knead on it. I wish I could have left it in here. I think that would have been my preferred method of doing this. But it's okay, I've got my trusty wooden spoon. Almost there. Okay. So, set this aside. 3 tablespoons of honey. 1, right, 3 tablespoons, yes. Or 63 grams. I guess I could measure it by the grams. That might be more fun. On. All right, 63 it is. The dogs are quite excited. Wonder if they can tell the honey's coming. It is not moving, and that's scary. 63 seems like so much.
Is it moving on the scale?
Yeah. 37. This is just a ton of honey. Might have to use the other honey as well.
Excuse you.
Ooh, yeah. Get all that honey out of there. So we're at 55. I think we made it to 55 out of this one. Has a bunch of the unfiltered goo at the bottom.
So throw it out.
I believe so. I don't know that we can get that out of there. So it's 57 and we're going to 63. Oh yeah, that's a lot of honey to put in bread. What? It is what it said. Butter. I need softened butter, 3 tablespoons. Do we think this is soft enough or do I need to?
I'm sure it's more than enough.
3 tablespoons of butter. Yeah, it's pretty soft. I ought to be able to turn that into a thing. Do I have a knife, pretty please? Like a weapon knife? Like a stabbing knife? Thank you very much.
I'm gonna.
What? What are you doing? Oh, okay. Wah, wah, wah. 1 tablespoon of butter. 2 tablespoons of butter. And 3 tablespoons of butter. All right, we're coming along. Got all 3. And in they go. 1, 2, and 3. 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. Okay, 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice it is. I didn't expect to have to squeeze a lemon specifically for this recipe. Seems kind of wasteful. I have to get a little bowl and the juicer, because I need 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. So I gotta use a whole lemon for 1 teaspoon. Seems excessive.
Don't waste that lemon, we need it for pie.
Okay, I mean I'm juicing it, so I'll put the juice to the side. Okay, well just juice the whole thing then. Alrighty. I'm glad I got that, I'm glad I said that loud enough so that Gabby was able to hear me and stop me from wasting the lemon. I did not even think about just needing it for the apple pie, but I guess that makes sense. It helps keep the apples from browning before they need to, I guess. I believe that's what the idea is. I could be wrong. All right, so 2 lemons juiced, or 1 lemon juiced. And all I need is a single teaspoon. 1 teaspoon fresh lemon juice. Here we go, 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. I feel like the lemon juice would really counteract the yeast and keep it from rising. But, good night, Theodore. Big hug. Love you, buddy. Mwah. I'll see you later. I'll be up in a bit.
Later.
Yeah. Later. Okay. And then 1 1/3 cup, or 173 more grams of whole wheat flour. Interesting. I don't see any white flour at all in this. Oh, they said it was going to have white flour in it.
I thought it did have white flour.
Nope. More whole wheat. 173 more grams of the whole wheat. Right on in. Flour and the salt. Ooh, I need some salt. 143, is that what I said? 173. Okay.
Did you do the whole lemon?
Yeah, it's juiced.
I was just asking.
173 is what we're looking for. 168, 72, 73.4. Ought to be close enough. 173.4 for the whole wheat flour. 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt. Salt. Teaspoon. Is that around? It had lemon juice in it. That'll work though. 1 1.25. That's about 1.25.
No. You
Yeah.
still left so
Oh.
much in there too because of the lemon
Well,
juice.
I didn't know that was all going to stick. I'll do a little quarter. Here we go.
I would do a little over a quarter.
I went over the quarter. I'm good. Okay, that's our soap. Now, blah, blah, blah. Mix it till it comes together. We're kneading. Next step is impossible. Beat in 1 more tablespoon of flour at a time. Basically, it needs to be sticky, but I still need to be able to, whatever it is. You know the word I'm looking for?
Knead?
Knead. Now, interestingly, it does not say anything about adding any water or any lower liquids. Okay. So I guess the honey is liquid in this particular
Probably.
mixture. Or the butter that's not softened nearly enough.
Is this our lemon juice? I'm going to move it out of the
Soften
way.
that butter a lot more.
Was it not that softened?
I mean, it was soft. It was squeezable, but it's not soft. It's not incorporating to the flour soft. I think we need the moisture of the butter to really...
Do you want to not do that on the scale, perhaps?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. Get it off the scale. All right, so let's try to get all this together. I might have to get my hands in there a little early on this one to really squish that
It
butter
looks
in.
kind of together, though. I mean...
Yeah, I do think it might be A-okay as far as not too sticky. And hopefully I can knead it more than enough to get the butter incorporated fully. But let's go ahead and get my hands in here and start. Yeah, see, I got to squish that butter in. It's just not soft enough. But it's okay, my hand will melt it. Yeah, it's definitely a kneadable dough the way it is. Oh, I'm excited. This smells good too.
So maybe I found a good recipe.
I mean, I hope so.
Are we done with this?
Was not a lot of water in it. It does feel a lot wetter of a dough than some of the others. Okay, I think I can go ahead and knead. Knead the dough. Or knead by hand on a lightly fired surface, 8 to 10 full minutes.
How long would you like me to set a timer for?
I think we're gonna do the full 10 because I think that might be part of what we've had is the whole wheat just needs to be kneaded so much. We're gonna use regular white flour for the kneading.
You want me to put the bread flour away then? Wait, did you take out the bread flour? What was the bread flour for?
Oh no.
What did you do?
Oh no.
What did you do?
Well, instead of whole wheat flour, I put bread flour.
I mean, that'll be okay.
That'll be fine. So this is half whole wheat, half bread flour.
Quite honestly, it might turn out better.
It's probably gonna turn out the best. There's a lot of the recipes say that you should do that. All right, so 8 to 10 minutes of kneading. Here we go. Have you set my timer?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
But you're gonna have to go a little over the beat.
I think I'll be okay now that there's more bread flour in here and less. Well, oops. But oops could be a good thing. We have had a lot of trouble with these doughs in the past. It's funny how often I make stupid, like, that's
How
twice
often?
today. Twice today we've made, both of us, either one of us, have made some silly error. In this particular bread as well. I don't know, but hopefully if it keeps sticking like this, I might need that tablespoon of flour it's talking about. But let's wait. And
Are you
see.
wanting to do it in this, or do I need to clean it out?
Yes. I do think it's going to end up rising in there. I'm a little concerned about how sticky this is currently. I think
Do you want a tablespoon of regular flour?
Sprinkle me in a little,
Bread
just a hair.
of bread flour?
I do not care. I think any flour ought to work at this point. We're gonna add all the different flours.
No, I'm gonna give you.
Just a little, no, that's too much.
You said a tablespoon.
I'm sorry, like a teaspoon.
Well, here. And then if you need some more, it's right there. While I wash this bowl.
Because that is, we're pretty close. on it being kneadable. And I really don't want to put any extra flour that we don't need in there. See, just that much I think has got us there. I knew it was going to be close. So away we go. So we got everything for a overhead camera, but it didn't quite work out the way I was hoping. The boom arm was just a hair short, so our kneading camera needs a little bit of work still. We're really close on it, and I'm excited to have a nice overhead view. I might spend some time tomorrow to where we can maybe get that set up, because I do think it'll be fun. Okay, there we go, there we go. Let's get this thing rolling. Come on, come on. I'm concerned that it's too wet because we used bread flour, right? Like, look, it's just falling apart and just sticking on my hands.
Well, because you used regular bread flour instead of whole wheat?
Because the whole wheat does stick less, I feel like.
Well, I can give you some whole wheat flour.
No, I think I'll just take this to a bread dough consistency, you know?
And see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens. It's already in a little bit of better shape, but just each time I put a little flour in.
Do you want me to oil this one too?
Oil? Probably, yes. I believe so, especially with such sticky dough.
By the way, look at the ciabatta.
Oh, yeah, that's how it's supposed to look. It said almost tripled. You know, could
I'll go check on him.
Yeah, that's that thing in the corner. He plays with it and knocks it down.
Is that what he does?
I don't know. He says he isn't. I suspect he might be. Okay. So we're getting there. We're just going to need the ever-loving bejesus out of this dough, because it's a whole wheat. And we just have such difficulty getting these whole wheats to rise and not be just a dense, dry mess. I still have 6 more minutes of just kneading. That's okay, because I think it's finally in its, I can knead it without it completely sticking. I spoke too soon. Man, it's so sticky. Okay, we'll keep on kneading. For anyone that might be just joining us, we're making whole wheat bread. We're making a cheesecake tonight. We're making apple pie. We have our apple pie or pastry crust in the fridge chilling. We have a ciabatta in the proofing oven over there, and it's been rising nicely. It's almost where we want it, I think, for its next step. And then what else have we got? I think that's going to be it. Oh, and at some point we need to play with our sourdough starters, because they've been slightly neglected, and that's just no good. Okay, come on, stop sticking. I wonder if I need to flour my hands again. But I really want this to knead and kind of stop being sticky because it's been kneaded the proper amount. Because the more I knead it, the less sticky it should be. We still got another 4 minutes of kneading. So I think with that much more kneading, we should be able to get it out of the sticky stage. And I don't really mind if I lose a little bit of dough here and there. And I think if I roll it fast enough, it doesn't have time to really stick. Or maybe it does. Yeah, it does, but I'm just having fun with it either way. But let's get it all kneaded together. 1, 2, need my shoe. All right. Alrighty. So that's really coming together now. It's even starting to pick some of the other stuff back up, which is I guess nice. We only have a couple more minutes now kneading. But it does overall feel like a dough that might work this time. I'm a little skeptical about the lemon juice on top of the yeasted bread, you know, the yeast going. So I worry that the lemon juice retards or kills off the yeast a little bit, which wouldn't really help. So that's been one of our bigger problems, is getting these to rise an ample amount. Okay, I think we're getting close now. 2 more minutes. Whew. I will say, I do think overall we're ending up with a pretty nice looking dough ball. I did. If he was helping. Yeah, he was staying up to help us. But since that really hasn't been what he's doing, I figured.
That dough's no good any longer.
Nobody said anything yet. If nobody says anything, I can use it.
No, you can't.
If nobody saw it, I can still use it.
We're not using that bread.
We can at least use it as a test. We don't have to eat it. We can cut into it and see that it rose and everything was nice. Plus, whatever's on the floor will get killed off. What does everybody think? Does floor dough count, or is floor dough out? It was only on the floor for 10 seconds. Seems reasonable to me.
If you're gonna eat, this is not acceptable. Go for something else.
Okay. See, nobody in chat said anything. Floor dough is fine. I'm pretty sure the description does say stick around for the fails and successes.
So we're still gonna cook that.
We're still going to cook it, yeah. Well, I mean, we don't have time to start all over tonight on this particular one.
But for the record, it's not being eaten.
Yes, of course not. I would never eat dough off of the floor. Am I done?
Yes.
Does that mean I'm done?
Yes.
I can be done kneading?
Yes.
You don't need me to knead?
No.
All right, where's it going? Sometimes you really gotta smack it, turn it into something. Okay, we're gonna fold it over on itself, try and get it into a nice little lump so that it rises in a real pretty looking ball. I don't know why I want it to do that, but I would like it to do that. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands, and I think we cover it. Poke with your fingers slowly, blah, blah, blah. I believe it's kneaded properly. What's the next instruction? First rise, grease, dough, go away, warm environment, hour and a half until double in size. So I think we need to take that one out, pop that one in, and I think we'll be in good shape. Because I think our ciabatta definitely rose.
Yeah, but I still feel like it could have a little bit longer for this side.
But I don't think that's how it works. Plus, we're going to shape it anyways. That's not final, I doubt. I don't think we just bake it like that, do we?
Why does it look
What do you mean?
Are you back to help, Theodore?
Yeah.
Are you going to help us with the apple pie? Okay.
I said it.
Okay. Yeah, I said you could stay up a little bit longer if you helped with
Theodore,
bacon.
could you hand me the scissors, please, that are in the knife block?
right there. You're looking at them almost. Bingo, bango, boingo. Be very careful. That happens. We don't want any fingers getting chopped off in here. All right, puppy dogs. All the puppy dogs are all surrounding us. Okay. What else we got? we have. So that one's going to go in. So let's go back
Excuse
to
me, watch out.
our ciabatta. Ciabatta, ciabatta, ciabatta. Okay, tip the dough on the prepared tub. Into the prepared tub. Triple the tub. Heat your oven to 220. Align 2 baking trays with baking parchment or silicone. Do you want 2 baking trays or 1 baking tray?
One is fine with me,
We can probably do 1. Yeah, so we'll do 1
but
big
that's not
baking
following the directions.
tray. Yeah, but we would rather 1 big bread, no?
I mean, or do we want 2 to be able to taste 1? Well, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
We just would
goodness,
do
this
1
is quite a
bread.
bit.
What?
Hold on.
It's fine.
Okay,
That sounds like a
so we need to turn the oven on to 220.
To 220 Celsius, correct?
That is correct.
So that's
220
425 Fahrenheit.
All right, 425 there. Dust your work surface heavily with flour. Add some
Don't play with it.
semolina, 2 if you have some.
Did you?
Carefully tip out the dough. It'll be very wet onto the work surface. Trying to retain the square shape. Rather than knocking it back, handle it gently so you keep as much air in the dough as possible.
Excuse me.
Coat the top of the dough with more flour or semolina. Cut the dough in half lengthwise and divide each lengthways into 2 strips. Should have 4 pieces of dough. Stretch each piece of dough lengthwise a little. Place on the prepared baking trays. Okay. Leave it to rest 10 minutes. Something, something, 25. Hollow and tapped on the base. All right. So we need to divide it into 4 pieces that are roughly square or rectangular of sorts. So we need a heavily floured surface. We need some baking pans. Ooh, baby. There's a lot of air in this guy. And then in we go with this guy. No, this is our ciabatta. Ciabatta.
Okay, a little different drum.
Mm-hmm. All right. Did you want to
Let's-
prepare us a baking tray or 2?
Okay.
Thank you very much. I'm going to dry this off with my drying rag.
Do you want 1 big baking tray, or do you want? What would you like?
You said I could have something tonight.
I suppose 2.
You said I could have a dessert tonight.
Yeah, we got to make it first. We're working on it. Yes, sir?
We're not gonna be.
Boop, boop. Catch nose. All right. Yes. We'll do 1. 1's plenty. And if we need to bake this for longer, we will. We'll just. Yeah. Thank you. What's the matter?
Nothing.
You're making a face.
I'm good.
I saw the face. Don't do that. We need all that air in there. Otherwise, that's just ruined. Okay. So it says heavily floured. Because it's a very sticky dough.
Are we gonna eat it?
Nope, it's already been kneaded all it needs to be. What we need to do now with that dough is we need to tip it out and basically cut it and stretch it a little bit into shape while keeping as much air as we possibly can in it. Oh, where's the semolina?
It's still in the box. You didn't take it out earlier.
Oh. All right. Hey, Theodore. You're the only one on the camera. You gotta wave and say hi.
Hello.
Say hello. All right.
It's just delayed. It's not frozen.
I don't think it's frozen. Huh. It does look bad, though. Does it look bad for everybody? I wonder if it's looked bad all night. I wonder. Is it the camera? No, we look good. I wonder if it's a problem with Twitch we're having. Or like it uploading or something. It seems to look okay. Okay, no, don't play on the floor, please. So we need a little bit of semolina. Semolina. Yeah, I'm gonna just to dust it on top of this flour. And what is semolina? Do we know?
Something.
I'm sure it says.
Durum wheat for superb pasta. Interesting. Makes sense the Italians would make us use pasta flour. All right, so tip it out gently. While trying to maintain its square. I don't think this was greased.
I greased it heavily.
Okay. Please come out.
You can use your hands. You're gonna rip it all. I wouldn't have done it like that.
What does pasta look like?
No, not at all. It's way, way too sticky in here.
I heavily
I'm
oiled
not
it.
saying you didn't.
Excuse me.
I'm just saying there's no way that was coming out of there.
Excuse me.
Excuse you.
Well, do you want...
You know, pushing is an excusing.
I said, excuse me, I lightly pushed to the side.
Okay, I don't know that this is going to work out at all. Very low hopes. Now it says to dust aggressively with the semolina on the top. I think I've already done enough, Sheila.
Honey.
Pretty sure all the air is out of this now, so we might have to let these rise for longer since all the air got knocked out. Okay, I'm gonna say we could probably just put this all together as one thing.
You want it all as one thing on the
I think so.
baking sheet?
Yep. I didn't think I was gonna put more. Okay, can you bring the baking sheet over? I'm not even sure the best way to put it on the baking sheet.
Do you want like a spatula?
I don't know that that would work.
Where is it?
What? Where's what? In Ema's hand. You just set it down.
Yeah, on the flour?
Yeah,
That's
I don't
okay.
care.
Where's that supposed to do exactly?
This is supposed to be ciabatta, a very sticky, airy dough. I think a lot of the air has come out of it, which is part of the problem here.
It's gonna be an
Okay, dough. All right, I think we cover this with a tea towel because it is so sticky. But the semolina should help keep it from sticking to anything.
This is the only tea towel we have.
I think that'll be fine. And then set it on top of the toaster.
Theodore, will you
perfect.
hand me that paper towel right there, please?
And we'll see if we can't get that to rise enough to make it look like something again. I think it had a really hard time tipping out. But hey, you know, that's part of it. We're learning every single time. More and more. All right, let's put away our semolina. And then I think we can get on to our apple pie filling.
Sure.
Have you already used this?
All right, why don't you take over?
I'm
And you
good.
tell me, no, it's okay, I'd like you to take over.
You've
And you
been
tell
doing
me
a
what you
good
want me to
job.
do. No, thanks.
I don't.
This apple pie is your redemption on the apple pie. Oh, and would you like me to clean that up? What? Would you like me to clean that up?
I already got it.
Okay. All right. I guess we're going to cover this up now. Does it say damp tea towel? It just says leave it out and let it rise, doesn't it? Maybe it doesn't need to be covered. Rest for 10 minutes and bake. All right, we'll just let it rise out in the open. Let's see how it
I have like a
works.
plate or something.
A plate.
Like a blue plate.
Just my hand. Come on, right on in. Right on in. Keep it coming. There we go. Either way, I was gonna make a little mess.
If everyone's gonna wear shoes tonight, I'll wear mine.
That's an awful big shoe to fill there, mister. Okay,
Excuse me.
back to baking. Got our oven heating. We're gonna see if we can get that ciabatta to rise again. Hopefully make it look good. And apple pie time. Flaky pie crust recipe is 1 and 2. This is the other. Right, the whole wheat. So is the apple pie filling in there? There's a whole different recipe, isn't it?
Yeah, where'd you put
Here
it?
it is. Here you are. Dutch apple pie crumble recipe. Right, I'm gonna get a little bit of more water, so I am super thirsty.
Did you save the lemon?
Yeah, I had it all right there.
I know, but did you save any of the peel?
No? Why?
We need to zest.
We need zest?
Yes.
What's the zest for? Where's the zest go? In the crumble?
No, into the filling, into the skillet. So we put all of this in a skillet first.
I think the lemon juice will be fine. We'll add a little extra lemon juice.
Why isn't it sticking?
Be very careful with that, Theodore.
It's not sticking. How can you
Very easily. Here.
Excuse me, I need to get a pan.
Okay. I'll prepare the apples for you. I enjoyed
What did that do?
cutting them and coring
So it says that we need a 12-inch pan
them. Okay.
that's high-lipped.
Probably that one. That's going to be your best pan for what
But I don't know that this is 12 inches, but it's
It's the best one we got. Hey, Theodore, you're right in Ema's face. Hold on a moment.
Can we put this up, please?
Theodore, here you go.
Can he reach?
Can you try and put that where it goes?
That's not where that goes.
That's not where it goes. Wrong direction. Have to. Oh, that makes sense. As to why she's not sticking.
So it said that we needed 5 pounds of apples for this recipe.
5 pounds because it's cooking down.
Before you core and slice them.
Okay.
So
Hi,
it's,
Theodore. How are you?
Hi.
so it's talking about all of this.
How are you?
So it essentially
So
said
this is 5 pounds apples, and we know.
it said about 11 large apples.
Well, we can weigh it, right?
Well, we can, but
All right. Let's break out our handy dandy scale.
Take it.
Hold on.
Really?
Leave it. I'll show you how it works in a second. It's at 11, 5 pounds.
5 pounds. Make sure you try and get an even
Even what?
amount of apples.
Oh, we're going to be close.
Actually, need one more.
That's 5 pounds.
Okay.
14,
I like
4
this
and
one.
16 ounces. 15
Yeah.
ounces.
I'm gonna
Okay.
try this one.
As even as it can be. Ta-da! And if one of these looks bad, we'll swap it out for that one. So
Okay.
do not eat that yet.
So essentially what it says is
Do I need a big bowl?
we're going to put the apples into there essentially.
Directly in.
Yes. But in a bowl.
But they have to be cut, don't they? Like
yes.
into pieces?
Yes.
Okay, so I can core them. Let's get a cutting board out.
Sure. And then I also want to go ahead and get everything else for the apple filling, like put into a bowl.
Okay.
It
So
says,
I'm going to start cutting up the apples and just setting them here.
yes.
All right. All right. So you see this piece right here? Push on this.
Wait,
Pull back. Wait.
can
what?
I, before you, I guess it doesn't matter. I wanted to do the rest of everything else. I need,
If you prepare that, I mean, this is going to take me a while to get all these cored and peeled. I'll show you in a second.
just put it in here.
So we get it on there where it kind of
I'm going
spins
to put this
pretty
here for
even.
a second.
And then we just start right up to there. Right? We got to make sure it doesn't jam up. Right? And we just keep on pulling through. Hold on. You can do the next one. Right?
I do.
So I'm going to do half a cup of brown sugar.
Ta-da! And then, you know, we peel off. We'll get rid of little extras here and there, right? So we don't need every single piece. And then what we'll do is we'll stack them best we can there. Okay, then press the button. You drag it. Oh, no, you pull this off first. So you got to get all apple juicy. Ooh, and it really gets stuck.
What's inside there?
That's the core of the apple. Now we pull it back again.
Hold on. I need to reach in front of you.
Would you mind coming behind me? Or is it too much? Well, just because we're apples. All right, that looks pretty well balanced. I'll tell you if you need to stop. You gotta stop, you gotta stop. See, it's not cutting. So it's jammed up. You can't keep going. Otherwise it won't come out nice. You gotta make sure that it's off there. Hold on. See, now we're gonna add a little extra pressure.
Okay.
Hold on, hold on. I want to make sure it's going. There.
May I have a knife, please?
Which one? What kind of knife?
Just a knife to
A butter knife?
flatten, yeah.
Okay.
Yum.
There we go.
Apple juice. Free apple juice.
I wouldn't call it free apple juice. It's the cost of the apple. Bonus apple juice, maybe. Keep going, keep going, keep going. All done. Let me pull this off.
You can see the secret.
Pop that.
So half cup of brown sugar, half cup of granulated sugar.
It's very hard to get off. I don't want you to hurt yourself. And then we pop it off. Ta-da! Now, Theodore, either go get us something, or you can keep collecting this and taking this to the trash can.
What?
Now, that was our bonus apple. No, collecting mean like pick it up now and take it to the trash.
Good.
So pick it up now and take it to the trash.
Need
And try not to make a big mess.
cinnamon.
Yes, sir?
Bibs, we have cardamom, right?
I don't know that we have cardamom.
Don't we?
That would be new to me. I don't know that I've ever seen the cardamom around here. No,
I
sir.
used to. I guess it'll be fine.
Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Do
Oh,
not
it's
touch it.
I can't touch the apple.
nutmeg.
I don't want to throw it off course. Doodle-doo-doo.
Where's the nutmeg?
Doo-doo. Doodle-doo-doo-doo. I have no idea.
I see it. Ground
They
cumin,
really get stuck on there good, don't
fennel
they?
seeds,
Pop.
thyme,
All right.
Italian.
Would you pick that up?
Here, how about I do the red, you do the
Would you pick this up? Thank you very much. All right, go for it. Other way. No, not too fast. Okay. It looks like it's peeling nicely. Keep on going. Now you can really go for it.
Third cup of all-purpose
All right, that looks like
flour.
a pretty good cut apple. Yes, sir, Bob. Slicing them apples. Slicing and dicing and why don't you take a bite of that? You can eat that piece. Is that a good apple? Man, these are really stuck on there. I want to borrow this knife.
More so than last time.
Yeah, big time. I'll borrow this spoon. What is this spoon for?
It was for flour.
Okay. I need something to pop those cores. You know how I like to pop the core.
So we have our
I think there's a whole song
flour.
about it.
I need half a teaspoon of kosher salt.
Why kosher salt? Why not regular salt?
You said I could do the red.
Because it's better when it's kosher.
No, I said you could do some of them. That doesn't look very balanced. We'll have to see. Is it going to cut it? Is it going to go through the core? I think we're okay. I'm surprised. I didn't think this one was going to turn out, Theodore. It was a little wompy. Uh-oh. We got a couple little seeds in there. Got to make sure we get those out of there. We don't want any seeds in our apple. No apple seeds.
Hold on, like this.
Are you Johnny Appleseed? Are you familiar with Johnny Appleseed? Do you know who Johnny Appleseed was? He was a guy in, what, the 1800s? That had moved to America. And he wandered around planting apple trees all over the country. And his name was Johnny Appleseed. I'm sure there's a much more detailed history of Johnny Appleseed. Maybe if Velicor were on, he could give us the detailed.
I don't know if he's with us
I
tonight.
don't know that he is. But if he is, I'd love to know more about Johnny Appleseed. May I? Theodore? Yep, they get really stuck on there. Haha. Collect.
3/4
You're the apple collector.
nutmeg.
Brother.
1,
All right. And
2.
now, how cut up are
3.
these apples getting?
It says 1/8 of an inch.
1/8 of an inch.
So I figure this wide, like that's fine, and then just slice it.
Can you promise me?
Does it say anything
No,
else?
that's it.
Can you promise me that I can do the last one?
Yes, you may do the last one.
And this one? This one?
So the cardamom was
No,
optional, and
you
I
said you
thought
could
we
do the
had
last
some,
one.
but we don't, so we're not going to use
That was the
that.
promise I made. You
No.
get the last one.
No.
Yeah, that's what you asked for. You gotta be careful about what you ask for.
No, the last.
Sometimes you get exactly what you ask for.
Can I also do the last one? That's what I mean.
Well, what I heard was, can I do the last one? And that's what I agreed to.
That's what I heard.
If you want to do any of the others, then I get to do the last one. So you can either do the last one or you can do every other one.
Every other.
Every other one? Okay, well, if I get to do the last one, and we're doing every other one, that means I have to do this one, and then you can do this one. So you get to do one more after this one.
Got to be careful and be very specific with what you say, Theodore.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with your dad.
Yep. One step away from law school.
I want to do 2 though.
2.
Yeah, I want to do 2 apples.
Well, that's not what you asked for. You said you wanted to do the last one. I'm sorry, you said you wanted to do every other one, and I get to do the last one.
I get to do every other one.
Okay,
Okay.
now that this is mixed,
I get that.
smell. Does that smell good yet?
You get the next one, and I get the last one.
Can you
That smells
smell?
all right.
I get to do this one then.
Put it. Well, here, let
Okay,
me put it on for you.
so all of that's ready.
Wait, hold
So
on,
you can
hold
start
on,
cutting
that
these apples,
apple,
right?
that apple.
Eh.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Okay, this one does look a little bit better. So we'll use this apple. All right, zip it away. Well, hold on.
Ooh.
Just be slow with it.
Okay,
So that's gonna be a hard one for it to cut.
where is a knife?
Slow with it is what I asked. See, look, you're missing skin now because you ripped it. Here, watch out. I'm sorry to stop you up, buddy, but we gotta.
Oh,
gotta
and I
make-
get to do the last one?
No, you were going too fast. You get ahead of yourself. Interesting. Why can't I get this to cut?
I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it in halves like this. Does that sound good?
No,
Think it should be smaller?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll cut it smaller. I'll cut it in quarters.
See, you're missing some.
Yeah, I know. This apple was not very round, so I had a very hard time going through the cutter. You might have to make sure you get some skin off this one.
Who, me?
Yes, you. All right, so on this last one, Theodore, you can do half of it. I'm gonna get it going and let you finish. But you gotta clear away the apple juice. Clear away the apple skins.
Oh, we can use that.
Apple skins, where did all them apple skins go?
Be very careful.
There we go. Put that one on
Well,
there pretty
babes.
nice. Hey, not every apple's a winner, okay? All right, I got it halfway. Finish her up. Gentle. I know what you're talking about. I did nothing. Well, I do declare. I have the vapors.
The what?
Vapors.
What does that even mean?
It was an old-timey thing for when women had menopause, I believe. Something like that. They would get all lightheaded. They would say they had the vapors. I use it in a slightly different meaning.
Clearly.
Meaning I'm releasing vapors. Alrighty.
So,
We are cored and ready to go.
I'm going to need the lid for this pan, please.
Which pan?
The pan that I picked out.
Okay. What do you need a lid for?
Because we have to put the lid on this and let it simmer, basically.
Oh, it's gonna simmer.
If you want to read some of the directions too.
No, I'll take your word for it.
Not yet. That's the other one. But you know what? I guess that's fine because that one we can see through.
Okay, even better. Don't stab me.
If only.
What? Why, if only?
I can make a funny.
I was being threatened. Okay, Mr. Dessert. The apples are right there. Why don't you have a piece? That'll be your dessert. You know, because you keep asking.
Apple. Eat the apple.
Please put that in the trash.
I won't eat it.
No
Hey,
one. Theodore?
What did we say? Yeah.
Lucy.
Pick it up. Throw it away. Okay, so what are you doing over there?
So me?
Yeah, you.
I'm continuing to cut up the apples because essentially what we do is we put them in a pan with lemon juice and we start to simmer them.
Simmer.
Once that is going, we then add a concoction of
Are
flour,
you sure you don't need to simmer down?
sugar, brown sugar, white sugar, cinnamon, and nutmeg.
Some what? No, I've already said no. Don't make me continue to say no. Hey, I already wiped this down.
I understand, but I need a
Okay.
place to put all this stuff.
Okie dokie. So what's the next step in apple pie making? I might get ahead. It's just simmering that down, basically?
The next thing we do is we'll make the crumble.
Okay, but for the apples, it's just simmering them down.
Yeah, so we simmer them and
Okay.
then we let them, we put the lid on it.
Does it get sugar on that?
I already have all that.
Oh,
back.
all that gets mixed into that?
Yes.
Okay. Simmering is when you heat something up.
Ooh, is that okay?
I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. That's just the browning.
Okay.
That's what the lemon juice is supposed to stop. It is where you cook something to kind of get the water out of it, I think. Right? Isn't that why you simmer something?
I don't know.
We're trying to get lots of the liquids out of these apples so that it's almost a gooey, chunky paste. Maybe not chunky. A gooey, sweet liquid.
I believe she, and
caramel.
further in the instructions, states exactly what that gooiness is.
Is
And
that
I
so?
think she just uses the word gooey.
Gooey? Mm-hmm. We'll make it extra thick and gooey.
Oh boy.
Now, does it get any pectin or anything to make it
Nope.
more gelatin-like?
Nope. I feel like this is too many apples. Although it does say that
They're going to
when,
reduce down a whole ton.
I know, it also says that when you get down to doing this part, you can put all of this like in a freezer safe tub, like either Ziploc or tub, and it can
Use
stay.
it anytime.
Yep.
Yeah, makes sense. Once you've made the filling, it's good to go anytime. Now, our dough's not getting too chilled, is it?
No, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Because after we do this, it says to put this in the freezer to let it chill down.
Yeah, because you don't want to put the hot mess in
Right, but it also says to put the
pie dough in
the pie dough in the freezer. And
Makes
once those
sense.
have both chilled, put them together and then put them in the oven. And
Okey-dokey.
apparently we can have a good crispy dough, or not crispy, flaky dough, without having done a blind bake.
Okay, so Dad
I'll be interested to see.
said,
we're running out of room in that pan.
this morning,
Well, it's not a 12-inch pan. I don't have a 12-inch pan.
early tomorrow morning, I get to film
I feel like that's enough to fill up the pie, isn't it?
I would think so too, but we might as well just do it and then
If
save the
they-
rest.
I'm saying if some fall out, we're not going to be worried.
Oh, no.
Yes, they
Oh,
are?
because we have to mix it around.
Yeah, that's too many in there already. Like, that's almost no way for me to move the pan around.
Well, do you want to take some out?
Is there anything else we have bigger?
No. We can put it in a pot.
Yeah, let's do it in a pot. Can we fill this?
Yeah.
This?
The big one.
The big one?
The big one.
Okay. All right. Because, as long as we're stirring it around a lot, it shouldn't matter that's in the pot. Should I put anything on the bottom? Like some butter?
No, it wants the lemon juice. So do you want to put the lemon juice on the bottom first?
I get to stir.
It says,
No, I want the lemon juice to go over top of the apples.
okay.
I get to stir.
We'll see.
You have to be very, very gentle with this so as not to break the apples.
Now,
Here.
I feel like they really need to be all separated.
I'm trying. I was trying.
Okay. So as we go in, nice flowers. Look who's here.
Hello.
Right in time. Do you know about Johnny Appleseed and any history thereof? As, I'm sure I gave a terrible history lesson on Johnny Appleseed.
Oh, thank you. Just saying nice flowers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's more flowers upstairs too by the bedside.
And they're even nicer.
Very nice flower. Very nice roses.
Hey, I think I like that one.
But they're friendship colored, apparently.
He got me yellow roses. They're
Well,
beautiful.
You always said you wanted us to be best friends. And I said, no, it's not friendship, it's something different. That is a very pretty flower.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, I don't think you're really breaking these apart.
I'm making an effort.
I feel like I'm coming behind and separating them. Quite a few. What,
You know-
is the spoon in your face? This is a little too close.
This is one
Okay.
too many apples.
Yeah, I mean, look at this giant pot of
Well,
apples.
I'm just doing
Now,
what
I assume it's going to reduce down a lot.
some.
It should be a lot. What do we think? Low?
I don't know if it says on there.
Does it say how much lemon juice?
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
Which to me doesn't seem, but it also said it wanted zest, so maybe put a little more than 2
I will.
tablespoons.
Hold on. 1, a 2, and a 3. And maybe a little more. I think the lemon juice helps to break down the apple.
It does, but she also specifically said don't put too much lemon juice because we're not making lemon pie, we're making apple pie.
I'm aware, but I didn't put too much lemon juice.
You put 4 tablespoons?
They weren't full tablespoons. And I did not put
Well,
4.
I'm only asking because if we like this and we want to replicate it,
I'm sorry.
I want to make sure we know what we're doing.
Yeah. Hey, you really got to come around on the other side unless you're going to get knocked in the face each time. Now I'm concerned that these apples are going to want to break because there's just so many of them. You have to push so hard to maneuver them.
Well, she said push gently.
Yeah, I need something other than the wooden spoon, I think. I need a flat spatch.
A flat spatula?
Yeah. What do we have? Did it already go in?
You can use this one.
Okay, thank you. Because I need to be able to get down to the bottom and like lift them up gently. No butter, nothing else? Should I put the sugar in already or no?
No, you need to let that go for a bit.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm drying this.
What am I looking for with this?
So it says,
No.
interesting, it does say add the juice from half the lemon to the skillet, about 2 tablespoons. I don't know how that really matches together.
How long,
Half the juice from a lemon, about 2 tablespoons.
how long will
Okay.
it take to get this?
And then it says don't use much more than blah, blah, blah. Okay, so peel the apples. It says
There's so many apples. I don't-
stir the apples in the pan occasionally to coat everything with lemon juice.
Okay.
Once you have all the apples peeled and sliced in the pan, set it over medium heat on the stove. And then it says add half cup of, okay, so I guess the lemons are fine. It says add half cup packed brown, so this whole concoction, and stir it together gently. Do not break the apples. Once the mixture is all moistened and you don't see patches of flour or cinnamon, set a timer for 20 minutes. Cover the mixture completely with a lid, but don't walk away. Stick around and stir the mixture every 3 minutes or so, replacing the lid each time. Cook for 20 minutes until the apples are fork tender, but still hold their shape. The apples will not soften more while baking in the oven, so have a taste and see if you like the texture of your oven. So put this in,
Okay. All right.
and put this back
On we
underneath.
go.
You guys put the child lock on here.
Oops.
Ah!
Are you okay? What happened? You okay? Mm-hmm. What happened?
Nothing. I'm fine.
Okay.
Just
You sure? What'd you hit? Was your elbow?
I'm fine.
Okay. All right, so we have to somehow fold this together without breaking the apples. I think this is going to be a bit of a challenge, Theodore. Also, I'm a little worried about medium.
So turn it off of medium then.
I did already.
Yeah.
And you're saying no butter.
Says no butter.
Okay.
Once we remove the pan from heat, we stir in 1 tablespoon of vanilla. It says if your apples start to stick to the pan, add 1 tablespoon of water, plus more as needed, but use sparingly. Do you want some water?
No, they're not sticking at all yet. It's such not the right, it's way too many apples. You know what I mean?
Well, we weighed it, as she said.
I know. I just think I think they end up peeling way more off or something, potentially.
She said she uses a potato peeler.
Yeah. It just seems like a very, very large amount of apples to have in this one.
Keep them on.
They just keep falling.
Well, then why don't you take them off
I don't
completely
know.
and put them away?
Mom, my slippers are gone.
I would assume they're downstairs. Why don't you go look for them real quick?
They no longer exist.
What do you mean?
He complained that they were too small, and he continued to put my shoes on.
Okay. Ema has gotten rid of them because you said they were too small. Well,
Wait, I never said that.
Yes, you did.
I said that to my
You said it about those too.
red tiny.
And you made a fuss about it, and you continue to wear my shoes, so I got rid of them.
well, looky there, mister. So it wants me to cover these?
Does it look like it's all together and there's no more splotches?
It is fully incorporated,
Yep,
yes.
so now we want to cover it.
But I have to stir it every now and again,
We have
correct?
to stir, so it has to go for 20 minutes
Okay.
at least, and every 3 minutes. So I'll get a,
I'm just concerned
Timer
that it's going to
here.
stick to the bottom.
Dad, is it supposed to do that?
What? Fog up? Yes.
so every 3 minutes we're supposed to check it and swirl
That's
it
some
around.
of the water in the apples coming out. Now, why are we covering it? I feel like we want the water to go away.
Because that's what the directions say.
Okay. Well,
Every now and then.
we shall try.
So then the next part is to make the sugar crumble.
All right.
Do you want to do it while I tell you what to do?
Sure. Am I doing it here? This little tiny bowl?
It says in a medium bowl, hold on.
Out in there?
It looks like we're gonna have
So I can start raining.
2 bowls, in a medium bowl and in a small bowl.
Okay.
So in a medium bowl, add the dry ingredients for the crumble. 1 1/2 cups flour,
Okay. Do I have a knife? May I have that knife?
that's right here,
1 1/2 cups, you say?
yes. That's not enough.
I'm aware. One. What's the bowl wet?
No,
Okay. 1 1/2.
here's a third.
1/2.
I washed it.
Okay.
Should I lift it up, Dad?
No,
Not just yet. We're getting close. though.
here, I have the drying towel. Is it
Okay.
still wet?
Yeah, a little bit. We're gonna try and wait the 3 minutes and see. I just hope it doesn't caramelize on the bottom too much and make a big old mess in that pot. That's what we don't want to happen. We don't want a big old mess in the pot.
I'm gonna eat that pie tonight. That's my dessert.
The what?
No, we can't eat the pie tonight.
We gotta let it cool.
We can't eat anything tonight. 1 1/2 cups
Have
flour,
some apple.
1/3 cup white sugar,
1/3 cup now?
1/3 cup
Of what?
white sugar.
I don't think that's how you pronounce that correctly.
White?
Yeah. Who are you, DiCaprio?
No, I'm like the
From Django?
caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. Who are you?
You do realize you're saying it exactly like, as he said, you want white cake? White cake?
I don't even remember Django.
From Django?
Don't recall.
Well, you're saying it just like
I wanna cut it.
the, slave owner.
Cut this.
You're asking me if I want white cake? Well, you said 1/3, yeah?
In a second, I will.
This is my dessert.
Give me
Yeah.
a plate and the paring knife.
1/3 cup.
Plate and paring knife.
Next.
Um,
Brown sugar.
3/4 of a cup packed brown sugar.
3/4 of a cup. Do I have a 1/4 cup? Do I have a 3/4 cup?
With a 1/3 cup.
No, that's not. If you want 3/4, you have to do 3/4 cups.
That is not a paring knife. It might be by the
Okay.
stove then, or by the
I'll pack this nicely. That's a 1.
Is it one of these?
A paring knife is the smallest knife. It is
It's
similar to a
you.
steak knife.
A 3. We've got 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Please be careful kicking stuff, buddy. You just kick this thing. I see it shaking still. You bumped it or something. All right, what
Bumped
comes
what?
next? Oh, is our oven hot?
No, it's at 425. Yeah, it is.
So we can put our, what's it called in?
Sure.
Does it say, it said 25 minutes, didn't it? Bake it for 25?
I need a plate, please. How do we
The
hand a knife
Ciabatta?
off?
Well, it's an ugly ciabatta.
How do we hand the knife? How do you think?
You hold the blade. No,
Not like-
no. Like very delicately, like that. Don't ever grip it like that, buddy.
Don't grip the knife blade. I need a
Watch
plate
out.
too, please.
Watch out, watch out.
Theodore, a plate I asked for, please.
All right, going in.
A plate.
Now the timer says 16 minutes. I need a timer set for 25, please.
Can I set 2 timers?
Yes, you can.
Dad is making a rain cloud.
Yeah.
Raining tacos. Maybe.
Okay, 25 minutes is set.
All right, I have the flour.
No, it's not. I can't do 2 at one time.
I'm pretty sure you can.
I just tried to do it.
I can do it.
Lid off.
No.
Set a timer for 25 minutes.
Leave the lid, please.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it's the 25. Will you look at the ciabatta just real quick?
Ask that one more time about that.
220,
220?
which is 425.
Here,
For how long?
Oh, sorry.
here. Say that again.
Who?
The guy that just said nice flowers.
Say what about?
The
25 minutes.
had that planted
Okay.
apple tree.
Johnny Appleseed? Well, maybe he's looking it up. Okay, you're supposed to give me more instructions here.
Yeah, he didn't hear you.
You did the 3/4 packed brown sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt.
Half a teaspoon.
I say use a little more.
Well, I say we follow the directions. Are we supposed to be doing anything with our yeasted wheat bread back there?
I don't know.
I think it said an hour of rise time. I don't think it's been an hour. And a half. Okay, now what?
Whisk together.
Okay, excuse you, Theodore. Here, can you whisk
Hold on.
this?
Wait,
Before-
does that have fiber in it too?
There's
Hey, Theodore.
a small amount
Of what?
fiber in apples.
Hey, Theodore, can you mix this for me?
If you're eating the peel, why am I peeling it?
I want fiber.
What?
I want fiber.
Oh, he wants the fiber. Did you want to whisk this? Can you whisk this gently? Make sure it stays in the bowl. Get all the little clumps all taken apart.
And then it says in another small bowl we have to do something.
Okay. Oh no. Yep, water.
I don't remember how much water it said.
Probably a tablespoon.
Hold on. 1 tablespoon, yeah. That's a teaspoon, Bubs. Where's the tablespoon? The tablespoon is missing. Here's a teaspoon. So I'll do 2 of them.
Going off.
Yes, I understand that. Thank you.
What was that for?
It's every 3 minutes.
Oh,
Oh, here's the tablespoon. It's in the lemon juice.
yeah. It's just sticking to the bottom.
Here.
You know, all the sugar. is
Can you make
caramelizing on
some
the bottom.
space at the bottom? There we go. We'll leave it like that for now.
It's interesting. Do the apples have their own pectin in it?
I don't know.
They do seem to jelly all on their own.
I think it's because the sugars with the apple. When we whisk, you should hold it like this. And then you go like this. Try doing it that way. You should hold the bowl at the same time.
I think this needs to be mixed well more, way more often than 3 minutes.
Okay, and then we'll just mix every so often.
Yeah. Are you still working on
No,
the crumbles?
that's not whisking. No, he wants me to cut him an apple. I'm taking a break to cut him an apple.
Oh, okay. You over there appling, mister?
That's my dessert, you said.
Yeah? Seems like a pretty good dessert to me.
I love a good apple for dessert.
Personally, I meant you should just eat a couple of the apples out of here, but...
Ever eat an apple for...
I've eaten an apple all the time for dessert.
We typically put you to bed before we have dessert, Theodore.
Lie.
Because
Excuse
you
me?
normally have had dessert first, before you go to bed.
I watch you have dessert.
Sometimes, not always.
I usually eat dessert right after both of you guys.
Right before bed is when Ema likes to eat her desserts. I'm not sure why.
Because it's when I finally think about it. I know it's the worst thing to do.
All right, so those apples are coming together. I'm happier now. I'm a little concerned about how much water we had to add. And I hope that it'll cook out.
Do you want to cover it for a little bit and
I
see?
do not want to cover it.
Okay.
I want to let the water
That's good for
steam
now, please.
rise out
Here,
of it.
go eat this.
No, no, no. No, no, no.
Okay, it says in a small bowl, melt 3/4 cup, 1.5 sticks. Pour the butter over the dry ingredients and stir together gently. You should end up with a pretty wet, sandy mixture with some large clumps. Let it chill in the fridge until you're ready to assemble. Try not to eat it all.
Okay.
So
I
that's
need
the
some
last
butter?
step. Yeah.
Alrighty, you gonna melt me up some butter, pretty please? I don't know how that happened. We're losing sour cream.
Well, we have half a stick here from earlier, so that's exciting.
These apples smell delicious.
Do they?
Yeah. You can't smell it?
I can't smell it.
That is such a shame, sweetie. We gotta get your nose looked at. If anybody knows a good ENT, right? Ear, nose, and throat.
Yeah.
You got a nose problem. She's gone nose blind. Now, it does help me, as occasionally I've been known to flatulate.
I don't think that everyone needs to know about this.
Well, it happens. It's natural. What is annoying to me is that she cannot smell anything. She's still angry about the bothersome noise that it made.
Yeah.
Who cares if it made a
Melt
little noise? It's
butter.
it's the smell that's the problem.
I don't want to soften butter. I want to melt butter.
Just put it in for 30 seconds and let it go.
I guess.
So beautiful to see Theodore helping in the kitchen. We're always teaching him. He will be a future confectioner. We certainly hope so. We try. Sometimes he gets a little bored. I will say he's been a lot better at practicing his trumpet.
Yeah. I'd take a musician.
He had I think he's just has more interest in the trumpet.
He had a recital this week.
He had a recital and it sounded really nice. Yeah, no, you don't need to do jingle bells right now. All right, there's a time to practice and there's a time not to practice. Right now is not the time. Whoop, we got some steam rising.
Eddie, what time is it in New Zealand?
I don't know if Eddie's here right now. Eddie, if you're there, Theodore would like to know the time in New Zealand. He's a big time time fella. He loves to know the time of wherever it is. He asks Grandma all the time about her time in Uzbekistan. I will say it's a lot easier with Uzbekistan because depending on what time of the year, whether it's late daylight savings or not, yeah, she's exactly 12 hours different from us. So in Uzbekistan right now, it's, what time is it? It's some time o'clock.
9:20 a.m.
9:20 a.m. in Uzbekistan.
So this is mostly melted. I'm just going to stir it around a little bit more to get fully melted because I did not want it to pop in the microwave.
That sounds smart because it exploded into my face the other day, remember?
Did you clean it out of the microwave?
I don't know. It exploded in my face, not in the microwave.
Oh, that's right.
These apples are staying together. They have not fallen apart yet. I've gotten some of that extra water out, so I'm going to cover them. They're creating a nice goo. And I'm not too worried. It says whisk the butter in, correct?
Let me reread it, please. It says, pour the butter over the dry ingredients and stir together gently. You should end up with a pretty wet, sandy mixture.
What are you
I think
doing?
there's an apple that fell.
Yep. Honey got herself a Honey Crisp. Is it hot?
Yeah, it's hot.
So I'm gonna fork it or spoon it?
Spoon it.
I'll spoon it. We're mixing some butter into some sugar and flour. Because butter and sugar and flour is one of the tastiest things you can have.
Well, apparently there was some paper in there still.
Well, who done that?
Oops.
Can I see?
See, we got butter, and we're mixing it into flour and sugar. And I believe if we did the right amount of butter, which I'm getting a little skeptical here. No, it's coming together.
Let the professional smell it.
The professional sniffer. We're gonna turn this into a crumble. Crumbly, crumbly, crumble. Oh, crumble. And let me tell you what, I'm excited. It says I'm not supposed to eat all of this.
Yes.
You know that does mean that I can eat some of this.
I think that you should not eat any of it.
It said it said not to eat all of it. It didn't say not to eat any of
But
it.
I like an overly crumbled apple pie.
But it said it
No.
implies that some of it needs to be eaten.
False.
But it does. It says not to eat all of it. That would imply that eating some of it is mandatory. Can that overbeat
It says when the apple pie filling in the freezer is completely cooled and the pie shell is mostly frozen, take them out of the freezer. Use a rubber spatula to scrape the chilled apple pie filling into the pie shell. Don't forget to scrape every last bit of gooey filling.
Okay. Ooh, gooey filling.
Not that. Babes, you're done.
That's a good crumble.
Use your hands or a fork to break the crumble into smaller bite-sized pieces. Top the pie with about a cup or two of the sugar crumble. It says you may only want to add enough to cover all the apples.
Of the crumble?
Yeah.
No. I'll tell you what, it's getting fully crumbled one way or another.
In 10 minutes.
So should we try and roll out the dough?
Hold on.
I'm sorry there, mister. It's upsetting. I'm sorry you bit your tongue. Yeah, be careful.
Friends give this tomorrow.
Yes, it is. Are we going to
Okay.
go celebrate a nice Friendsgiving
I
with
think
some of our
so.
friends? I think it should be a nice time.
Yep, this crumble looks good. We're gonna have to take a fork though, definitely, to cut it smaller. Break it
And
up.
these apples are starting to look pretty good too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you want to bite one and find out?
How
if
many
it's the
minutes
right
has it been?
consistency? It's been 16. Could be hot. Almost guaranteed it's hot.
A couple more minutes.
Okay. Like 3?
Maybe like 5.
Yeah,
Because they're not gonna cook down any further in the,
I'm aware.
and it's like right there on that edge.
I also want to get them a little gooier, right? A little more syrupy. Or syrup isn't the right thing. What's thicker than syrup?
Do you only want to use one of these discs for today?
Yeah, we're only making one pie, right?
Yeah.
That way we have an attempt 2 if we need it.
I need to drink some water.
Yeah, I'm getting there too. My time on the bread is 12 more minutes. Let's pop the oven light and find out. Oh man, we might need a tent. We might need a tent. I'm gonna let it go a little longer.
You.
We need a tent.
A tinfoil tent to help keep the bread from browning too much. The oven really likes to burn the top of breads. Something we've noticed. Or I've been noticing.
Lucy.
Man, this apple pie smells good. I just hope the pastry dough comes out this time. And that actually, you know, freezes up nice.
Yeah.
I think I've kept the apple pieces together pretty nicely.
They look great. We're gonna have to get a big pan.
Big pan. To try and flatten these out so they chill as fast as possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna make some space in the freezer really fast.
Okay. Should I start rolling the dough?
Not, I say we get that in the freezer first, then we roll the dough because this is gonna bring the temperature up in the freezer anyways.
Okay.
My question is though is,
So the dough is still in the fridge, correct?
yes,
Okay.
where are we gonna put this? What space do we have that's big enough?
Well, I think we're gonna have to get rid of some ice bags.
The ice bags getting rid of is fine, but my question is, should we put it on 2 different pans then? Because one big pan.
2 small ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose we could do that. So we're gonna put it on 2 small pans?
Yeah, let's do that. Or would one big one fit right here, potentially?
Well, let's find out.
There's one clean right there.
I see. Also, wouldn't hurt to chill this pan to get it properly chili prior.
Perfect.
Yeah, there we go. That'll work just fine.
Here, I'm gonna put these on there for now too to help.
All right, let's keep on cooking down our apples. You sure you don't want to get the pie crust out and rolling?
Okay.
I'm gonna give these another couple of minutes.
Um,
I honestly kind of want them to go until they're falling apart, but not. You know what I mean?
how about you put another 5 minutes on the timer just so that we have like so we know it will have been 25 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, back to the
Because I did cook these maybe a little lower temperature than what.
back to the pie crust. Roll the pie dough out. Dust a work surface with plenty of flour. Should I put down any parchment paper just to be extra safe?
For what?
It says to put, well, oh, it says that already. Roll it out on parchment paper. That way we can just like flip it over.
Okay.
So, new box of parchment paper. I have to say, I bought this parchment paper at Target. Not the biggest fan. The last ones we had were
You
from,
bought a whole bunch of it though, didn't you?
well, because the last ones were from Costco.
Yeah.
And they were bigger size and I didn't realize.
Oh. I see. Woo,
Put
spiced
that there
apples.
for now.
Did you put any allspice in the apples?
No, it didn't
Oh,
call for
goodness,
that.
hey, you guys. Bunch of silly doggos. What are the silly doggies doing? Just curious, how do you look on there? They looking good? I think so. Okay, what about...
Can I tape this?
Okay, and then we'll go back here. All right. Yeah, no, we're still looking good. This is working, right? Yes. Okay. Whoop, my apples. Since
Oh,
I'm getting
perfect. That's 12 inches across, basically, completely.
The paper?
Yep.
Okay.
Should I cut it to make it like a 12 by 12 square, essentially?
Square? What for?
Well, just so that I know that I'm making a 12-inch round.
I suppose it might help.
We need to get one of those mat things.
Yeah, I know. It would help.
We talked about getting the,
The wooden block, right? That
yeah,
did it?
but you said no.
Well, I thought it was a little excessive at the time. Plus, we hadn't made any pies. We hadn't made, there was nothing that we had ever made that would have needed it. So at the time, it felt a little silly. I think these apples are gnarly there.
Gnarly?
Gnarly. Real gnarly. Time for apple pie. Apple,
Okay.
apple, apple pie.
So not absolutely perfect, but better than,
Okay. I'm going to roll it out.
why?
Because your evenness levels on the rolling things out have been less than perfect. I need some tinfoil. Excuse you.
Just put that in the dishwasher.
All right, would you pop the oven open for me?
Okay, ready? One,
Is that big enough?
probably not. Maybe. Yeah, it's a 10. It's
Yeah.
fine. 1, 2,
3.
3.
Okay. There we go. We're gonna let that cook down, and we're gonna tap the bottom here in a little bit.
It's nice.
See if it's there. Be very gentle with the apples.
I think they're probably done
But
at
you gotta come
25
through the
minutes.
Center.
I was getting there. I was going through all of the.
Okay. Is the pie dough still away?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll wait the last 2 minutes here then. Have you tried another one yet? To
No.
See if it's texture-wise where you want it? I know you love trying cinnamon apples.
Maybe I should make you some cinnamon pecans.
That would have been nice.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum.
Perfect consistency.
Perfect consistency. It'd be nice to visit you and Alan. All the delicious things we could try. Both have infectious joy. Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
That would be nice.
It still had a nice crunch, but it felt like it was cooked.
Okay.
Give me one more, just to make sure.
I don't think so.
I want to make sure.
You're going to wait the full 37 seconds then for when they're actually coming out. Okay. Really stirring these guys up now. Ooh, yeah. See, that's what I want to see. It's starting to jelly.
The gooiness.
It's jellying.
My question is though, is the pan, I guess we chose the bigger pan, not the smaller pan. Mm-hmm. Should we put parchment down on the pan as well, you think?
I thought you were.
Oh,
I assume, yeah, definitely.
I didn't
Right?
say to.
I guess it might soak up some of the juice.
The parchment paper won't.
The parchment paper won't.
No.
Then I would paper it. Go ahead and paper it.
Can I taste one?
Oh.
You're
I'm
gonna
trying to
spill.
cool it down. I'm trying to cool it down. It's fine. There you go.
That one still has a lot of bite to it.
Well, there's different size apples in here. You weren't very uniform on your cutting.
Yeah, but the thickness is all the same.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if it's all different sizes. I mean, we can go a little longer. It's just going to keep thickening. It's at that thickening stage. I've got it turned off, but... Is it on? Yeah, I'm going to go to low.
Sir, excuse me, we don't play with
I
bags.
don't disagree that we can go a little longer on the apples.
We don't play with plastic bags.
I think it's important.
Babes, please
What
back
are you
me
doing?
up.
No, sir. Hey. No, sir.
Yeah, it's like a balloon now.
I know what you're doing. You're trying to pop a plastic bag because it sounds funny. But we're not popping plastic bags. I'd like you to put that away.
I don't.
Throw it away.
But watch this.
Do we want to go ahead and
Throw
do
it
the
away.
pie crust in the meantime?
No, I think we need to get the apples all the way there. With full pie crust, are...
This is what the noise of it makes.
All right. Everybody got to see? It goes away. Hey, Theodore. Now you've also had dessert. Do not do that. So I believe it's time for bed, all right? I can put
I
up
don't
the
know how
apples.
much time it's been now.
You just keep going until you've, like, since you're not determining it off time anymore, you're determining how you feel. Right? So it doesn't matter how much time it's taking. No?
I suppose.
All right, excuse me.
Excuse you.
Excuse me.
Excuse you. Excuse you.
Those are my apples.
Excuse you.
I've been taking good care of those apples.
You can't fight with a pregnant lady.
I didn't. That's why I just came back around. Do you want to make sure he goes to bed real quick? And I'll finish your apples up for you. Pretty please. Ooh, that's getting thick. Personally, I think it should be quite thick. Because then we can make sure we have a nice, really firm bottom. You know, we don't want a gooey crust like we had last time. We want a crispy, crackly pie crust. No goo. I think these apples are very well broken down now. And this is much better than what we tried to do last time, I personally think. I think last time's recipe seemed super silly. 6-pack New York cheesecake. I've got it written down still. We have not yet gotten to it. It is on our list. Master. We are practicing cheesecake tonight though. We're gonna make a cheesecake to prepare to make sure we make these the proper way. Because I've never made a cheesecake at all. And I'm a little concerned that we'll mess it up. And before we go through all the effort to make all 6. Yes, not those, yeah, we're making a single cheesecake before we go all in. I'm not going any further in these apples. These apples are done, 100%. No further should they go. They're starting to get to where I think they're gonna fall apart, and we can't have that. Okay, so I'm gonna get my pan out of the freezer. I don't know why or how they got that on. Why would she put those on top of the pan? What? Oh, okay. Ooh, it's cold. 5 down for fresh baked apple pie. We're trying on this apple pie here. It's coming along. I'm not 100%, but overall, I'm so far pretty pleased. These apples look way better than they did before. Let's see, it's not too hot to be able to dump. Ooh, appley goo. Oh, the book's right in the way. I feel like that would have been fun to watch. Here, I'm gonna move that out of the way. We'll slide it over. You can see me get the last little bits of the goo. The appley goo. This is the best bits right here at the bottom. With all the extra sugar. Yeah, smell-o-vision needs to be working tonight because this is fantastic. I love cinnamon. I love cinnamon flavored things. Cinnamon pretzels were probably my favorite baked good for a long, long time. Oh! And right on cue, our ciabatta should be done. Let me turn that off, stop. I'm gonna spread these out real quick so we can try and get this pie filling cooled down. It's going in the freezer hot. And I'm a little concerned that it's gonna warm our freezer a little too much. So I wanna give it a second out here actually before going into the freezer, I think. Let it cook off some of that steam. Ooh, boy. But here we go. Here's our apples for our apple pie. Smells delicious. Let's set that here. We'll let that chill a little bit. And I need to pull this guy out of the oven and then give it a check on how baked it is. And if it is baked, put it on the cooling rack to cool down so that we might have something to cut here at the end of the night. All right, it's out of the oven with our ciabatta. Never made ciabatta before. I think it looks right, but now the big test is I need to get some way of flipping it up, holding it up, and then I'm pretty sure that's the sound it's supposed to make. So, we're gonna come on over, lift it up a little, and off onto our rack. I don't know that I've been wildly enthusiastic about ciabatta in the first place, right? I kinda, yeah, I could, you know, leave or take ciabatta, but I'm hoping it turned out pretty tasty. Hoping it toasts up butters at least. I bought some ready-made petit gâteau dough. I'm gonna make it this weekend. I'll show you the photo later. That sounds fantastic. I'd love to see that. And do you know what a petit gâteau dough is? Are you familiar? Gabby?
What?
Petit gâteau dough.
Petit gâteau is a it's a cake thing, I think.
Okay. She said she bought some dough. She's gonna make it over the weekend and show us the photo.
I'd like to see the photo, but I thought
Yeah.
petit gâteau was a type of small cake.
We really have to put. We're gonna open a Discord server where we can, you know, be able to stay in touch with everybody. I just haven't done it yet, and that'll definitely be a great place to put that. So what I'll do is I'll make sure I, open up that server either tonight or tomorrow, and I'll post it in chat tomorrow so that you'll have a place to join in and share it with everybody. Because yeah, we'd love to see what you guys bake as well. Oh, I think our wheat dough needs to come out.
That needs to go in the freezer.
Yeah, I know. It was a little much. So our wheat dough, it needs to, I believe it was the first rise, so I think it's going to be something for a second rise. So let's take a peek. We need to flip over to that. Whole wheat bread. We need, for where do you live? Do you sell ready-made cake mix? And what is the famous one? We live in Colorado. Yes, they sell a bunch of different ready cake mixes. I guess Betty Crocker would be one of the most famous ones, probably. Or Duncan Hines. Duncan Hines or Betty Crocker, those are like the most famous ones. They are terrible and full of a bunch of chemicals and other stuff here in the United States, unfortunately. A lot of them, at least. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them.
I also saw that all the new recipes have cut down on what is actually inside the box, and they're charging more.
That sounds about right. Okay, I need to grease a 9 by 5 inch loaf pan. When the dough is ready, punch it down to release the air. Lightly flour a work surface, your hands and a rolling pin. Roll the dough out into a large rectangle, about 8 by 15 inches. Doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it'll probably be rounded on the edges. That's okay.
This looks good.
Roll it up into an 8-inch log. Place it in the prepared loaf pan. Okay. So we got to shape the dough. So I need to powder this down. I need the rolling pin. Please?
For the pie?
No. For the bread. Apparently. Apparently I'm turning this into a log first. Do you think it's risen by half? Or doubled?
I didn't look at what it was before you put it in.
That seems quite double to me, and it's been an hour. Oh yeah, this is big time. Look at this. That's a beautiful dough. We got a beautiful looking dough here. We're gonna tip this thing out. It says, oh, we need to paint a loaf pan. Is this 9 by 5? Is that what this is? Do we
Probably.
know? 8.5. So
Those are the only
Pretty
ones
close.
we have.
it's not 9 by 5. This is like 4 inches, so it's by 4 by 8.5. It's close enough though. We're gonna make it work. So we
Do you
need
want one or two?
just one. Apparently all of it goes into this one. We're gonna go back to our baking goo, which is,
All of that goes in here?
that is correct. It gets punched down and rolled out. I need the paintbrush, pretty please. So we made this. It is flour, Crisco or vegetable shortening, and vegetable oil. Vegetable oil.
I don't remember.
Yeah, so it's those things mixed together. And then, I just paint it on the inside of the pan, and it becomes super duper non-stick. It was really good for our delicate tin.
Ooh, which I did find a delectable pure chocolate actual bundt cake with a chocolate ganache to put on it for tomorrow.
So we're gonna do that? Is
Yeah,
that tomorrow?
that way we have
So we're
the-
making another bundt in that pan.
But it's a true bundt,
A true bundt.
so it should stick like
Less.
Yes, it shouldn't
We're hoping
stick,
for a more intricate.
and it'll show the
pattern.
design more.
Now this, I should have probably taken out of the fridge a little bit earlier, because it is a little bit difficult to get it out when it's so cold. But I'm very concerned if I pop it in the microwave that it's just going to get overly melty. There we go. Now I'm starting to get some. Because we don't want it to stick, do we?
No,
And we've had pretty good luck with this so far.
we have.
We haven't really had much of anything stick, have we?
No, when we redid the other German red wine cake, it only stuck because it was such an intricate design.
It's just, yeah, I don't think anything would have.
It's the
would have
wrong
kept
kind
it
of
from
cake
sticking
to have
that
put
one.
in there.
I would agree. It was definitely made for a less detailed bundt.
No, it was meant for a more dense cake. Oh, I see what you're
The
saying.
cake
Yes.
was made for a less detailed pan.
Correct.
That pan
Form.
is made for a less
Yes.
sticky cake. Okay, careful with that dough.
Just
Where's the rolling pin?
jiggle, 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 jiggle.
Rolling pin, please.
Sorry, honey.
Please and thank you. Here we go. A little bit more in. I think we are there. Do, 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 do. What would be your signature item in your future bakery? I will not open a bakery until I can make the best chocolate croissant or
Chocolate what?
pain à la chocolate or whatever it is.
Pain au chocolat?
Yeah, that's the one. Chocolate croissant.
Croissant?
Croissant. Right? If I can't do that, I won't open a bakery. And my judge of what is the best is a Malaysian hotel breakfast item. And I know that sounds very uncultured, that I would be.
In his
but
defense,
it was a very, very nice hotel.
You've also not been to Paris yet, or anywhere in France.
But also, we couldn't stop eating them. They were absolutely fantastic. And you even said they were the best you'd ever had. And you have been to those places.
It was pretty darn good.
So whatever the French Malaysian bakers are doing, they had got it down pat. All right, what's it take?
I don't know.
I thought you read.
I didn't read.
Something, something, shape the dough. Dough's ready, punch it down. Lightly flour work surface. Roll the dough in a large rectangle.
It says roll the dough. Why do you need the rolling pin?
Roll the dough. Literally says roll the. You literally said it says roll the dough. Why do you need a rolling pin?
You could roll the dough with your, it says,
Would you flour it?
the rolling pin?
Yes, please.
I suppose.
Okay. Do we need the oven on any temperature for anything?
For the pie, probably.
Careful, careful, careful.
It spilled. That's the best I can do.
Okay. All right, we're turning it into something. Oh, God, that's not
I
gonna
don't
work.
think it really stuck.
I don't think it floured it at all. Now, I wonder.
Do you want to try frying it now that there's some oil, grease on it? Like oil?
I think I'm good. It's good. It said something by 15. That's probably close to 15. It said 8 by 15, right?
Yeah, about 8 by 15. It does not have to be perfect. In fact, it will probably be rounded on the edges. That's okay. Roll it up into an 8-inch log and place it in the prepared pan loaf.
That's wide enough.
Rollin', rollin', rollin'.
Keep them doggies rolling. Then we can all go bowling, rawhide.
Okay.
I don't know if those are the words to the actual song, but
Cover shaped loaf. Allow it to rise until it's about 1 inch over the top of the loaf pan. About 45 to 60 minutes. This
Okay.
needs to be at...
now we probably have to wet towel this one, right?
No.
The 6-pack New Year cheesecake might be a seasonal fruit if you decide to make that item. That could be fun.
That could be very fun.
Yeah.
I figured we'd start with one cheesecake and
You
make sure
think-
we were happy with the recipe before we started on 6
You
different
don't
ones.
think the plastic wrap's going to stick to it? I guess if I lightly cover it, should be all right.
You could spray it.
Spritz it?
Yeah.
You want to give it a little spritzer? What are we going to spritz it with? Pam?
Pam.
Hey, it's Eddie! What are we upset about, Eddie? That we're still here? We're still making bread?
Do you want Pam or avocado? That doesn't have the thing on there.
Remember what I said earlier? That about no one being...
Intellectual enough?
Yeah, and that you have a hard time interacting with people due to that? Possibly?
Wait, do you want to spray?
Oh yeah, give it a spritz. That should be ample. Oh, you want to take that one? While I put this away? That seems like quite a thought.
Eddie has said, here's what it is. I feel like my thoughts are so complex that I constantly have to dumb them down or simplify them just so others can understand. It's frustrating because it feels like I'm shrinking my ideas or holding back. And even then, people still might not fully get what I'm trying to say. It's like translating everything, I think, into a version that's less me, just to connect with others. Well, you could always just continue being yourself and wait for someone to catch up to you.
Eventually somebody might. But if you're not yourself or you're tailoring yourself to other people, right, you'll never find that person.
This is true.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of those people.
But they do exist.
Or you're just looking in the wrong place.
That could,
I don't want to say this because it might sound offensive, but do we think Twitch is the best place for high intelligence? I mean, have you seen what the top streams are doing?
absolutely nothing.
Not to, chastise all the rest of Twitch. I don't think we're, wildly better or anything. But I watch some of the biggest streams and I just can't believe it. All right, let's set this aside.
For what?
For what reason? Now we need to do our pie. Pie.
Well, this can stay here for flour. It doesn't matter.
And this can stay out. That's why I can't keep or make them. I can understand. I actually have a friend like that. He has difficulty, but what he's done is he's turned his brain off, and I think he just parties all the time now.
He's also 35, acting like a 20-year-old.
And it could be one of these guys. We don't know which one. All right, time to get our dough. Do, re, mi, fo, sol, la, di, da. What are those things? Well, I'm sorry you're having trouble making friends, Eddie. I really am. I have suffered through that, and not the same way, but I think most people end up suffering that way. Hey, no. I'm not feeling this. I'm gonna roll it out. Thank you. These people just talk about the dumbest things. Yes, I somewhat agree. We try to not do the same, but every now and again, there's can be humor in talking about silliness. It just says roll out, right?
Yeah, but do you want to wait a minute or two for it to become a little less hard?
No, I think that the whole point is to do it when it's hard.
But it's breaking.
It's breaking no matter what. I was telling you this was a problem before. I knew this was going to break no matter what. And we're just going to have to figure out how to put it back together. I'm hoping that rolling it down will kind of put it back together.
Oh, it says let the dough sit on the floured surface for 5 minutes or so to warm up a bit.
Well, it was going to break no matter what. I think this helps because I can, you know what I mean? While it's still cold and I'm not melting the butter too much, I can start to reform it back into a flat. Now, I am concerned about these big lumps. That's probably not necessarily going to turn out the best. I have no idea what it's supposed to look like. I wish we had pictures of some of these things. Some want me to quit school if I want to make friends. No one's about the arts and science subjects I've been studying. Yeah, I mean, it can be difficult to find friends in those fields, but school is definitely the best place to find friends in that particular.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't quit school.
No.
Not if that's your interest. No, I think sometimes making arts and, he said and science. Yeah, science is fine. Making the arts into a job can be difficult, or a career later on. Can be.
It wants you to rotate the rolling pin a quarter turn and jump pressly outward again.
That makes sense.
Check for cracks on the edges and use your hands to press them and heal them a bit. Adding a drop of ice water if necessary. We don't still have the ice water.
Yeah, but we can make some real quick.
Do you want me to?
Yes, because this is going to need lots of healing. I almost guarantee that. I'm trying to patch up the pieces as I can. Let's see. I'm going to get back to rolling. I think it's going to be better colder. I don't want this to get too warm. Plus, we want to get it back cold as soon as we can anyways.
She said stick it in the freezer. So I'm gonna have to make space in the freezer too. Okay, ice water is made. Shall I get the pie pan out too?
Probably so. Seems like a
Do
good
we want
idea.
to grease that one down again or just leave it? It does
We
not
should
say
butter it.
anything.
We should do it. We don't want anything sticking. It's not, that stuff is not causing a problem. Trying to roll into a perfect circle seems like it's going to be a challenge.
Well, as long as it's bigger than the pie pan.
I don't think there's enough pastry dough here. It's going to be, I guess we probably were way too thick last time, I imagine.
Yes. Where did you put the thing?
The what?
The goo. Back in the fridge?
Might have.
I don't see
No,
it.
it's right behind me.
Where?
Right behind me.
Oh, I see.
I don't think this parchment paper is the best thing to roll this out on.
It's specifically said in there.
It's just sticking real bad.
Should we flip it and put some more flour down?
Yeah. I'm gonna try and...
It's so gooey now. It melts so quickly. I shall paint.
try and lightly dust this. And then, wow. And then I'm gonna lightly dust this.
And then do you want to put it back on the parchment paper?
Yep, and then lightly dust the paper. And then I believe I should be able to.
Do you want to put some, oh, I guess it'll be okay.
What?
No, you put it on the bottom.
I put both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're starting to roll a little more evenly. I'm concerned about all this exposed butter. You gotta move or something. I gotta use all the space, sweetie. Just gonna keep on rotating a little. Try to spread this guy out nice and thin and fairly even. I know it's not a round, but I'm hoping I can kind of make it round at the end. We're not quite 12 inches. Is that a problem?
Yes.
Yeah?
Well, it's a 9-inch pan and it has to go up on the sides too.
Well, I got to cure the edges, so I'm going to try and round it up as I go when I cure these edges. I'm hoping that it might round up again. See, that's too thin here. And this butter is microscopic, like it's just pure butter right here. So I'm very concerned. I think we should have chopped the butter into it slightly more, potentially.
Well,
I'll tell you what, pastry dough is a challenging son of a gun.
I did say pea-sized pieces.
Mm-hmm. They said some bigger lumps were okay.
It's a shame we don't have one of those machines you can just push it through.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Maybe we should just make the double and keep it all together and then roll it out and get rid of what we don't need until we get better at this for the future.
Maybe, but I'm concerned we would end up just too thick. Hope you got some vanilla ice cream. Well, we're not going to eat this tonight, so we can always pick some up if we need to. I am hesitant to go much further with this.
You want to see if we can make it work?
Tempted to.
Here, you want to put the pie pan on it first? Nope. Okay.
Okay. Well, we gotta, here, may I? slide it over, just so it's easier to reach. We gotta slide the whole dough, don't we?
Yeah, you need it all the way up.
Now I know this is ridiculous.
Don't break it off.
I'm adding it.
No, you should just like pinch it together. Pinch it together to make a nice little pie dough.
But I'm trying to like where there's extra. No, where there's extra. No. Use it up. Don't do that.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I thought you're supposed to fold it over into this.
No, you can
But
pinch.
there's so much extra that we could use to make these look better. No? Right?
However you want to do it then.
Well, I feel like we should try and have dough wherever we can. I'm a little worried about how thin those have gotten. I'm gonna try and thicken them by moving some of the center out. This is where I'm really concerned with this all butter. Well, you don't think that's a good idea?
Whatever you want to do.
Why are you being like that?
I'm not. You got it.
I'm asking you a question though. What do you think? Is this a good idea or no?
I don't know.
I'm probably not supposed to fondle.
Oh
the dough so
my.
much. What happened?
Look down. You missed it. She's trying to pull a Lucy.
She was gonna come up and eat the pie? I mean, I'm happier with this than the first one we made. As far as the way it visually looks. I think. Slightly happier. What do you think? Other than right here. But I don't know whether there's any more dough for me to put there. I think this is more likely to stay together this time. Hopefully. All right, into the freezer with it.
In a moment.
What is our oven supposed to be on for baking that one?
425.
Well, we're already
And
there.
then to 350.
And then to 350? Mm-hmm. So it's 425 for a bit, and then do the crumbles go on later?
No, the crumbles go on once
Okay.
we put everything together.
Okay. You think this is cool enough? Feels like it. Should I bring over something to cut?
Not yet.
Okay. You ever got room in the freezer for that?
No, I didn't make room yet.
I'm going to stir the apples so that they are cooling evenly. I think it might be already cool.
Well, we have to put this in for at least 15 to 30 minutes.
I know. Yeah, I take it back. I'm not moving these around. I might just move these to the fridge though. They're cold already. Man, that's tasty. That is a good tasting apples. Does one of these pans fit in here?
I don't know.
Woo! What's in here? What's this?
The other cake.
Oh, that's right. Got a bunch of Greek yogurt too we can eat. All right, that's safely tucked away. Into the freezer with that. You know, if we put it on power freeze, that's probably good.
Don't.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So we didn't need the ice bath.
We did not. I'm sorry. Super freeze.
You're not supposed to use that.
What do you mean you're not supposed to use that? Why not? Why would the fridge come with a button that says super freeze if you're not supposed to use it?
I don't know. From my Libre, they said you're not actually supposed to use it.
From who?
My fridge in LA. They said it's not good to actually use it
Why not?
because it has effects on the thing. Is that about an inch over the pan?
No.
Okay.
And it's only going to go for 15 minutes, not 45. And that's a small pan, so it's going to go several inches over that pan. Okay. I think it's almost time for some cheesecake, no? We're going to take a cut into this.
Why don't we clean this up first?
Okay. Yeah, give you that. Then we're going to take a cut into our ciabatta that we made. Give it a try. Plus, I'm a little hungry and I could use a bite of ciabatta. Think it would be nice. Alrighty. Get this all cleaned up nice. Clean it up. Cleaning up. Cleaning it all up. Alright, and then I'll wash this rag out in a minute. Okay, may I have the cutting board?
Do you want me to take a photo of it?
Sure. Well, no, it's not that pretty.
Okay.
It has gotten soft. I think I like that. Is ciabatta supposed to be soft? Oh, it's crusty.
It's crusty, but I don't know. Let's taste it. I'm gonna move this out
We're
of the way.
not sure about this ciabatta. I'm less sure about the visual shape of it. But it feels, it had a firm bottom.
That looks quite good.
Hey, I'm not that upset about that.
Here.
I think that turned out. I think
Where's
I got it up there.
that camera?
Smells good. Why, do you want to take a picture now and cut it? I guess we could do it like that. I got it. No, leave it in there. It's nice. I think we're getting the breads down pat.
Well, the breads we're good at. It's the other things we're not so good at.
The decorating.
Yeah.
The detail.
Here.
Because the bread could look better.
They.
All right, here. I guess it's picture time. Please bear with us.
I don't know that I want
Picture
to flash
time.
on.
Is it not on video or something?
What did you change the settings for
I
this?
don't know. Probably.
Oh, it would help if I took the thing
Yeah,
off.
there you go.
Makes a lot more sense.
Well, we certainly appreciate you guys being with us this evening.
Can we move?
Hanging out. Move what?
I guess I just do it like that.
We'll get more of the book in there if you can. All right.
This camera sucks.
What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. Yeah, we're working on getting a couple.
So much for a nice camera.
What do you mean? We're going to get a nice camera. We've got one, which is the one we used to stream on that we really, really like. And I think we need to get another one or two of them. So we can take photos during stream and so that we can have our overhead camera. I tried using this camera for the overhead camera and it looked bad. Uh-oh, we're buffering. Did we go down? Uh-oh, we're having a really hard time. Is it us or is it, I wonder if it's the internet.
Like, I can't get this to zoom appropriately at all.
Huh. We look like we're fine on the YouTube. We're completely frozen? Are we frozen for you guys too? Or are we still working? Oh, our bit rate's really low in comparison to most nights. Uh-oh. Well, I'm concerned about that. Hopefully that's nothing.